some people in South Florida even reported feeling shaking today. 358, shaking here. Flat roads, right? Mike Allison.
That's right. We do have a few problem spots. We'll start with northwest Indiana on the westbound side of 8094. Heavy spots take you from I-65 all the way over to just past the Bishop Ford onto the Tri-State. This is where we have a crash. A vehicle crashed into a mobile home. That mobile home caught fire and now has your two right lanes blocked on the scene, trying to get everything extinguished. Your eastbound side, a pretty good sized caper sleigh, has stuff backed up to the Halstead at the moment. Looking elsewhere, we do have some good news. Independence is gone, but the damage is done. 48 minutes to make it to Manheim. We're at an hour and 10 to get out to I-90. Inbound on the I-10, we're still dealing with a crash at Higgins in a lane. That makes it an hour and 15 in from the January. Better, but still a 30-minute trip in from Lake Cook and 15 on your outbound side. The Kennedy inbound heavy spots go from Cumberland the whole way into the interchange. 57 minutes in from O'Hare. We're at 50.
Maybe some showers and thunderstorms. We're seeing some heavy rain right now at the DePage Airport, light rain in Morris. Partly sunny skies in Romeoville, kind of all over the place today. Look for a high of 85, mid-70s lakefront. That's where we're at, 73. Downtown, south winds now gusting at 20 miles an hour.
What's up, Marietta? I might give you a call today. You want me to give you a call a little later after the news? Is that all right?
This is indeed unacceptable.
Check in with you.
Biking advocates in Chicago say a recent tragedy must be a wake-up call at City Hall.
Mayor Johnson says the public health program aimed at reducing gun violence and drug overdoses in Chicago was so successful, the city is bringing it back. Plus, Iran and Israel cease attacks after trading fire over the weekend. Latest on that coming up from ABC News.
What's up, Tyrone?
Cubs and Sox both off.
Wall Street ends today mostly higher as tech shares rebound from Friday's big losses. The Dow today lost 81 points, but the Nasdaq was up 220. The S&P added 22. I'm Tom Busby.
From ABC News. I'm Lindsay Davis, anchor Prime, streaming weeknights on ABC News Live. President Trump is trying to keep his negotiations and ceasefire with Iran from literally and physically blowing up. Iran and Israel say they have stopped attacks. ABC's Jonathan Carl.
The president did an interview with the Financial Times, and he said that Benjamin Netanyahu would have to go along with whatever peace deal he gets with Iran. He won't have any choice. I call the shots. But despite all of that, Israel obviously went on and attacked Iran.
Ukraine says Russian drones attacked a nuclear storage site near Chernobyl, but radiation levels are stable after nearly 500,000 Russian troops have been killed in the war. This from ABC's Ian Pannell in Moscow.
We have managed to speak to some people here, including some who said, look, they supported Vladimir Putin. They thought that there was a justification for the start of the war, but now there are doubts.
Security's boosted for President Trump's visit to attend the third game of the NBA championship just hours away in New York. The NYPD has moved the Knicks watch party outside Madison Square Garden for security reasons. Matt McCool with the Secret Service.
You will see Secret Service, police, and special agents, transportation security officers, federal air marshals, and the NYPD officers throughout the area.
The Knicks lead the series 2-0 for the San Antonio Spurs. An offshore magnitude 7.8 earthquake hit the southern Philippines today, killing at least 35 people, injuring more than 140 others, officials say. Ohio police say an 18-year-old is in custody for questioning in connection to the mass shooting of the weekend at a summer festival in Toledo. 12 people were injured. March through May was the second warmest spring on record, behind 2012 in the lower 48 states of the U.S. That from a new report from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas had their warmest spring since recording began in 1895. On Wall Street, major indexes were mixed at the start of trading. You're listening to ABC News.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to...
What's up, everybody? SubX.News on the spot reporting. It is 4:02 p.m. Happy Muggy Monday. It is muggy, it's sticky, it's summer. Yes, it's summer. If you didn't think it was here, we are here. It's weird. I think Chicago goes from winter to summer really quick. So Thanks for tuning in. Let's listen to the news a little bit. I got some things to say. We're going to give Marietta James a call, see what she's up to, see what she's cooking, see what she's into over the weekend, see what's up, and then we'll see what happens over the course of whatever we're going to do today. I don't know where we're going to go. I'll be listening to some radio calls. You know, might cut it short today. We might go home. I've been busy over the weekend, so we might cut it short, go home. I don't know what we'll do. You know how it is. We play it by ear all the time, SubX.News. We try to do what's right, and we do what's right by us, our family, and the community. And you're our community, right? Everybody's together. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
4:03, another Monday, the 8th day of June. Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. Joining us today, I'm Lisa Fielding. We have cloudy skies, 78 degrees, cooler lakefront. We've got some heavy rain reported at the DePage Airport. We're going to keep an eye on the AccuWeather radar today because we could still get some showers and heavy thunderstorms through tonight. Otherwise, kind of sticky tonight, a low near 70. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 4:15. But first, a vigil tonight for a Chicago biking advocate. He was killed in a crash last week. Now his friends and colleagues say his death must be a wake-up call at City Hall. Here's WVBM's Andy Dane with our top story.
A word we heard a lot in talking to advocates about Friday's death of Riley O'Neill: preventable.
We could have had safe, protected bike lanes in place and avoided this heartbreak.
The 35-year-old CDOT employee was riding down Halstead in the Bridgeport neighborhood Friday afternoon when authorities say he tried getting around a car parked in a marked bike lane, lost control, and fell into the roadway. He was hit by a semi-truck. Jim Merrill is with the Active Transportation Alliance.
Safety shouldn't be up for negotiation. It shouldn't be up for debate. We know the safe designs for protected bike lanes that actually give people physical separation from the travel lane and from people exiting their cars, both of which played a factor in the crash on Friday.
Kyle Lucas with the group Better Street Chicago says if city leaders don't begin to make bicycle safety a priority, residents will work to take away their leadership.
If they're in service to the community and their role is to actually protect the people that they serve, then they have to step up and take action.
Fucking right. Get rid of them. Good work.
Chicago city leaders, meantime, say their strategy for reducing gun violence and drug overdoses helped lower incidences of both, and so it's being expanded this year. Dr. Magyao Jenny Hua from the Chicago Department of Public Health. Deaths have been going down across the country, but the rate of decrease on the south side isn't as fast as other parts of the city.
They are sensitive to the intervention. Our medications for opioid use disorder and other types of evidence-based treatment are as available. On the south side, it could have to do with access to therapy, access to hospitals.
The so-called Summer Injury Prevention Plan involves efforts that range from bringing mediators and safe space coordinators to areas that have seen increased violence to going door-to-door to distribute the anti-overdose drug Narcan. Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Janulia says he could be considering running for mayor.
I'm excited about the prospect, but it's a big decision.
We caught up with Janulius at Lurie Children's Hospital just a day after State Comptroller Susana Mendoza announced her entry into the race. Janulius served as state treasurer nearly 20 years ago after working for his family's now closed Broadway bank. He describes himself as maniacally bullish on Chicago, but says the city has a number of challenges. What is the biggest issue you see in the city?
There's a lot of them.
Pick one.
There's a lot of them. There's affordability, there's public safety, there's a lot going on.
One challenge Janulius won't have is money. His campaign's most recent filing with the state shows more than $18 million available to spend. That's well above any other declared or potential candidate.
I am honored to have the support and encouragement of a lot of folks who want me to run for mayor.
But he's not saying when or whether he'll make that decision. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WDBM.
A 20-year-old man has been charged with the murder of a coworker at an Amazon delivery station in Melrose Park. Happened on June 4th. Quentin Williams, Jr. of Maywood, allegedly got into an argument with two people in the parking garage of the delivery station. During the argument, he allegedly pulled out a semi-automatic rifle and shot Travion Taylor multiple times. He was taken to the hospital where he died. Williams fled the area.
Brian?
His cell phone was found at the scene. He's now being charged with one count of first-degree murder. Illinois State Police pursuit of a stolen pickup truck on the Dan Ryan overnight ended in a crash. One person sent to the hospital.
A trooper patrolling in the area of northbound I-94 near 87th Street spotted a stolen pickup truck at 12:04 a.m. and tried to stop it, but the driver kept going. According to ISP, a brief pursuit ended near 72nd Place in Stony Island when the truck struck an ISP squad car and 2 people in the truck ran from the scene. Troopers caught one of them, who was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The other person got away. No troopers were injured. My Martinez, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
4:08 now. Time to head to the roads. Traffic and weather together on the 8's busy day today, Mike.
All right, are we listening to the roads? They're okay. We got a lot of news. As you start to hear, even Janulia says we have safety issues. So why would you say that if it was safe? So that means either it got worse or it never got better. I mean, it's clear now. People are starting to say that. But here's the problem. These politicians don't care. You look at LA, man, they got a mess out there. They burned down half the city with the Palisades fire. The one guy that was trying to win, Pratt, all of a sudden overnight they can found 40,000 mail-in ballots. And what I'm hearing, I haven't checked yet, what his campaign says is they got the mail-in ballots and they all went for the third place one, and now she's in second place. And they said even the percentages don't match, because usually in an election it's the same percentages, right? The leader gets the certain amount, the second place gets a certain amount, third place gets a certain amount, fourth place, and that's how it keeps going. But what they're saying is the mail-in ballots for the third place one, which she's a socialist, all of them went for her. All like 40,000 mail-in ballots went for her. It's kind of wild. It's kind of like statistically almost impossible. It's almost, it can't happen, but it did. And we'll see how that election goes. And this is why I say this. I talked about this Friday. Look, right now we have Brandon versus Mendoza. If the election was today, I'd vote for Mendoza. I don't think Brandon should be in office for many reasons. Besides being a crook and stealing from the working class, other things about his policies. I talked about that Friday, right? I don't think he should be in office for that reason, right? You see this here? That's why he shouldn't be in office. We have closed businesses and homeless people. That tells you 2 of the issues there. He doesn't bring businesses here, and he doesn't help the homeless. And then on top of it, not only is that guy homeless, he looks like he's disabled. He's in a wheelchair. So, disabled, homeless, and businesses. 3 things in front of you. We're here, right? That's the time. That's the time. I ain't making it up. I ain't afraid of that prick. And that's what he is about. He's a liar and a cheater, right? And that's what he is. You can like him or not. I don't care. That's my view of him, right? And that's how he is. He's always been that way. He's been like that at the union. He was like that when he was the county commissioner. And he's like that as a mayor. And I said this Friday, if the election was held today, I'm not going to vote for him. I didn't vote for him the last time. I voted for Jamal Green the first round. Then I voted for Vallis. And I don't like Vallis. I really don't like Vallis. I really don't. There's articles I've written against Vallis. I've written articles against the man. Because I know what he did at CPS, but I voted for Vallis. Why? Because I don't want Brandon in. Because you see what he does. But I voted for Jamal Green the first round. Because I like him, right? This round, if the election was today, I'd vote for Mendoza if it was just those 2. But I'm telling you one more time, if the election was today, Brandon would win. Just like in LA. Just like in LA. They got it. The way they got it, they can win elections. It's more than just internet. Everybody thinks an election is the internet or some signs. Even money. It has nothing to do with it. Elections has to do with who votes and how do you get them to vote. So I guess the big news I should say is CPD revoked my media pass, meaning I can't go to certain areas, right? If there are certain things that are happening, like with the mayor and City Hall and something like that. I'm not cleared to go to those certain things. So they revoked my pass. I had the pass for 15 years. They revoked it over the weekend. They're citing when I got arrested with the Sergeant Lockett. I don't know how you can revoke somebody's stuff if I haven't even gone to court. I don't think that's legal, but it is what it is. I got to concentrate on my criminal case first before I fight that one. You can't fight too many battles. You got to focus. And I'm old. I'm not old. I'm getting older. In the old days, I wouldn't care. I'd fight everybody. I ain't that way no more, right? So you got one thing, you got to take care of it, then you take care of the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. You got to build out on it, right? So that's the big story. I'll be writing about that tomorrow. And the other big story is this. I'm going to close my windows, right? The other big story is this: crime doubled. Crime doubled over the weekend since last year. Crime doubled, and we're going to wait for tomorrow's statistics that come out on Tuesdays. So right now I'm talking about the weekend stats. The weekend stats doubled. Homicides went up 33%. The shootings have gone up 100%. And I'm looking at, I have to have some notes here. In one mass shooting in by Bronzeville, 4 kids got shot. The oldest was 14, the youngest was 12. That was 4 people shot, and that was part of a teen trend. 3 people were shot on 46th and Federal, right down the street from there. So there were 7 people shot within like a mile or 2 of each other. 7, and they were all teenagers. There was a triple shooting in Inglewood. I don't know if anybody even knows about that. This morning it just happened. A triple shooting this morning. Yes. I don't have access no more to the police record, so because that's another part of having the police credential. You have access to certain records. So since I don't have the credential anymore, I don't have access to it. So now I have to go by other stats. I never had access to that before, so it doesn't really matter. I know how to do my job without those stats. I know how to find the information, but it was a little easier. So you won't see me posting like my, I don't know what it is, the media information ones, the ones with the CPD stuff anymore. I won't be posting that because I don't have access to that. That's about what you lose when you lose your credentials, and then you can't go to certain events, right? Like you don't have access. That's about all it does. I mean, I run my own media company. They don't run what I do, so that really doesn't do anything. It doesn't stop the reporting. That's all I'm saying. It just stops some access to certain things. We had 7 people shot that Friday. Remember, there was a mass shooting on Wood that happened Friday. So I count Friday to Monday, the weekend. Hey Jackass doesn't, but even with Hey Jackass's stats, they doubled. With my stats, it actually went even higher. So that's where we're at. We're in a really bad space. You did see my article, I think it was on Thursday or Wednesday. Last year, Chicago led the country in mass shootings. I think 23 we had last year. Far outpaced everybody. I think I put up a story last year, just a quick blurb. But this year I'm going to start talking about that. And there was no one even close to us last year with the mass shootings. No one. And I think, was it last year or the year before? I got to remember when was the NASCAR mass shooting. That was the biggest mass shooting in Chicago's history. We've had the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, more people were killed in one space at one time. But the Buzz Cox, I think her name is Buzz Cox, she's a rapper. There is no other historical comparison in Chicago. That NASCAR shooting, right? It didn't happen on NASCAR, it was the NASCAR weekend. Buzz Cox, or whatever her name is, rapper, party on Chicago Avenue over there. That was the biggest mass shooting in Chicago's history. Like history, even above the gangster time. There's never been that many people shot in one time in Chicago. There's been other bigger mass shootings in our countries and all that, but not in Chicago. Not in Chicago. So we're like in a bad space right now. You know, we might be safe as individuals here and there, maybe in certain areas, but as public, in the public areas, it's extremely dangerous in Chicago right now. And the roads are bad. You just seen, right? The guy who, I don't know what this guy is doing, man. He's just sitting there. I don't know what these people are doing, man. Look, So I just showed you the guy in the wheelchair, and so you got a guy right there just sitting on the sidewalk. Garbage everywhere. I don't know, I thought littering was illegal, right? And you got a guy just sitting on the sidewalk doing whatever he's doing. I don't know what he's doing there. I mean, it's everywhere, the vagrancy. I showed you guys that Friday. But I guess where I'm getting to is we're being lied to, and I think I talked about this last week. I don't know why we're being lied to. What's the end, right? And I with Brandon, and I know his team, I know those guys, what they'll do is they'll try to fix it up this last year and then say they fixed it. That's his, you'll see. They did it with ShotSpotter. I don't know if you remember that. We wrote about it. We put up one quick piece, and I can't find it anywhere on Twitter. I got to search for it one more time. And I said, watch, when they shut down ShotSpotter, in 6 months they're going to say crime is down. And to the exact date, they said, yes, crime is down. And this is what they're going to do now. They're going to tell the cops to get tougher. You see them on the CTA. You see them on the counties and all these guys on the trains. And everybody, look, because crime is so bad, people say good. But it's not good. Why? Because you're not fixing it. That's the problem. They're not fixing the crime. They're playing a game of just arresting people and playing whatever they're playing. We don't even know. Well, do we have any records from the prosecutor? How many she's putting in jail every day? You don't hear that. Think about this. If they were really fighting crime, if I was fighting crime and I wanted to win and teach Shay that I want you to know that I'm doing a good job, I would do 3 things. One, I would put every arrest every day or every weekend up. Every day, every weekend. So that would show, look, this is what we're doing. Last year we arrested 10 people. This year arrested 20. So we're arresting more and we're doing more. They're not. That's why they're not doing that statistic. Secondly, I would say I'm prosecuting more. That's who? That's the prosecutor, Eileen Burke. She would say, look, last year we prosecuted this many gun cases. This year we're prosecuting this many. They're not. That's why they're not doing it. These are facts. I'm telling you this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm telling you, look, if I'm going to win an election, that's what I would do if I'm saying I'm fighting crime. So I know they're not. And this is the way I know they're not, and this is the last way I know that. If you look once in a while, I put pictures of guns or drugs, sometimes here in Chicago, sometimes mostly from other jurisdictions. There is none of that happening. Once in a while, there's a big gun case. They have a few guns. But you never see a drug bust coming out of CPD. Never. Almost never. 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 Once in a while, they got some bags of weed and some whatever. And what I remember is there was one big one here on Lollapalooza. He was selling the drugs to the Lollapalooza people. And he went wacky and he started driving bad and he crashed. That's why he got busted. That's the video where he got tripped by a guy right here. He got tripped. He crashed the car right here, right in the middle here. I think I was in 2023 or 2024. I'll get the video for you guys. And he had a whole truckload of weed and slurp. It's the codeine and a gun, I think, one gun. But this is what I want to say. You don't see that. There you go. That's what you see. You see the guy laying there? That's what you see. I just smelled the weed as I drive. So you don't see, what, 3 things. You don't see arrests from Chicago police being listed and how many we're doing, and this is what we're doing. You don't see prosecutions from the prosecutor's office. And the last, you don't see pictures of drug busts. You don't see them. You don't see that stuff. Why? Because it's not happening. Now, maybe after I talked about this in my video, they'll start doing it. We'll see. Because the last time I did a pothole video, they fixed the pothole. And the funny thing is, they didn't fix the other potholes. So, oh, the decisions on the credentials, I don't know. They probably talked. It was interesting for the credential, as that happened all the way back in May. I got a court case coming up in June 22nd over on Harrison and Kedzie. And nothing happened until I went to the internal affairs. I had an internal affairs interview because I made a complaint against Sergeant Lockett. And all of a sudden, they revoked my credentials. So I'm gonna look into this. If it was retaliatory, then we're gonna do something about that. But it doesn't mean anything. Wow, they smashed his windows there. Look at that. More plywood. Did you see the plywood there? Plywood, drugs, sleeping on the ground. You kind of get what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know who made that decision. So, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna give. Why don't we do this? I'm gonna give Marietta a call, see where she is at, check in with her, and then we'll go to the 5:30 news. And after the 5:30 news, we'll do some radio calls, see what's going on. But yeah, we need to meet up, Paloma, and we need to talk, right? Oh my mechanic. Yeah, sorry, I just seen this message and I'm out. Can I just drop it off in the morning? I got a guy working on something. Man, I got a bunch of look at this. I got a bunch of people calling me, and it's almost 4:30, and that's called Marietta, right? Man, I got all kinds of things going on. Oh, whatever. 2 hours, right, Marietta? Or you got? You know, it is what it is. Look, listen. I'm 58. I ain't no spring chicken, and I've been locked up before, so I'm not a virgin to the process. So I don't like here. I'm gonna be very clear with everybody on this video. People think I'm a certain way. There you go. You got another guy sleeping there. How many of these people that we see sleeping all over? Do you see? He's a failure. See that? He's a failure. How many of these have I just showed you in just a few minutes? See that there? See that? Why don't I do this, Marietta? Why don't I just give you a call after the 4:30 news? Because right now I'm running behind. I just want to finish up some of the things I'm talking about, because then I'd have to rush the phone call. So Marietta, let me call you after the 4:30 news. I'll give you a call, all right? So that's what we're seeing, right? As far as my personal stuff, it is what it is, right? It's not the first time that people wanted to harm me, right? I got laid off from Hyde Park Academy illegally from my carpentry job, and I won my case. They tried to ban me from being a union rep, and I won that case. It's the same people all the time, right? There you go. You got cop cars right there. You see that there? The cop car sits there, but what is he doing? What's the cop doing there? He's got his lights on. Is he stopping the drugs? They just had a shooting here. There was a shooting over here. There was some fighting over here going on. There was shooting in front. That video I showed you of the girl getting choked. A girl got choked there, and there was a shooting over here. That's a hooker right there. I already know that. I just seen that chick over there. They do hookering over here. They hooker in the car here. They have sex in cars. I just seen one girl from the other night. I drove past here at about 1 a.m. and I seen her. And she was looking at me, and I just seen her. She's looks like she's a migrant, right? There you go. He's drinking. Look, you want to see? Look, I don't want to be a dick, right? But so I'm a reporter. And I wear my ID when I'm doing it, and I'm videotaping, right? So there you go. See that? That guy's drinking in public. He has an open can of alcohol right there in public at a transportation station, CTA. So two things. He's at a CTA station, which you're not supposed to have alcohol, right? Look at that. You see that there? Look. You see that? You just seen the cop with his blue lights in back of me, didn't you? Yeah, we'll make the call after 4:30 news. Thanks, Merritt. I appreciate you. You know how I always go. So, there you go. He's got an open can. He's got a bottle in front of him. Whatever, he's doing his thing, man. I'm not against that. I'm not against it. But the point I'm trying to make here is what Marietta keeps saying. They allow the criminals to do their stuff. You got that? You got that? The guy's openly drinking. There's a cop behind us on the sidewalk. I'm not going to go tell the cop his job. Why? Because I've done that before with those kids. There he goes. He's drinking, right? Right there. He's drinking right there. Whatever. You want to see right here? There's a cop station right there, man. There's a cop. There's a whole bunch of cops right here. Look, I'm gonna show you this shit. This is worse than what he used to call the Keystone Cops. That's why they call them, because they're jokes. It's starting to be a joke. Every time I put stuff on the internet, people say it's a joke. It's not only the Chicago Police Department right here. Here, look. And let's see what these guys do. Here, watch this. Watch this. See this here? Watch. There you go. So, there, the cops just came out of that door there. 3 cops come out. There's a guy drinking over there. 3 cops just came out, right? What, should I tell the cops what to do and then they're gonna come break my head and put me in prison or something? Like I did the other day? There you go. There's 3 cops right there. There's a guy drinking. The guy's drinking 20 feet from him right there. You want to see? Look. That's your corruption there. See that right there? Watch. You're going to see him right there. See that? See the 3 cops? They just came out the door over there. And the guy's drinking. He was right by them. So what are they doing? What's their job? What are these guys doing when there's a guy drinking on the train station over there and in public? Hey, right there, you see him. I'm not making this stuff up. You've seen the guy drinking, you've seen the cops. 3 of them, right? And now they're going into the cop station. Look at this. They got all the cop cars here. What is this? It's like a clown show, right? Jumping around. They got more cops than anybody here, right? But they ain't doing shit. All right, 4:30 news. 4:30 news.
Better at 51 to get to the airport. On the Eisenhower 33 in from Mannheim. Outbound, though, it is solid the whole way out to 88. 53 minutes on your way to Mannheim. An hour and 16 minutes to hit I-90. On the Stevenson 53 in from the Veterans. An hour and 3 to get back out. And on the Dan Ryan, inbound's okay, but outbound we're at 35 minutes to get out to the split. From the Metro Traffic Center, your next report's at 4:38 on News Radio 105.9 WBB.
All right, Mike, thanks. We've been watching some sporadic rain and thunderstorms pop up, particularly right now in DuPage. The DuPage airport is experiencing some light rain. The rest of us cloudy to partly sunny right now. We've got 78 degrees at 4:29.
Amazon Business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com. Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
Drop it off.
4:30, good afternoon. I'm Lisa Fielding. Here are the top stories on News Radio WBBM.
Mayor Johnson's office says a program to curb gun violence and overdoses in some neighborhoods worked, so the city's running it back. I'm political editor Jeff Buckles at City Hall.
Like safety advocates in Chicago say a recent tragedy should serve as a wake-up call for officials at City Hall.
This is Andy Dane, the Illinois agency in charge of medical licenses, vowing to crack down following an investigation into a problematic plastic surgeon.
Plus, President Trump says Israel and Iran are on the path to peace despite exchanging strikes over the weekend. Sports, Sox, Cubs both off today in business.
I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg. Wall Street ends mostly higher with big gains for AI chip makers. The Dow today down 81 points, but the Nasdaq up 220. The S&P added 22.
We've got partly sunny to cloudy skies, pretty much around northern Illinois, 78 degrees now at 4:31. Public health leaders say they're shifting some of Chicago's efforts to curb drug overdoses as part of this year's summer safety plan. Details from WBBM political editor Jeff Buckles.
Opioid-related overdose across the country is coming down, which is wonderful.
But Dr. Miao Jenny Hua from the Chicago Department of Public Health says new numbers show overdose rates on the city's south side are not coming down as quickly as elsewhere.
We are going to pivot slightly.
She says much of the focus remains on the west side, but some community areas to the south are becoming what she called new hotspots, and they'll be addressed through expansion of the city's summer injury prevention plan. The mayor's office says it targets both overdoses and gun violence through mental health interventions, mediations, safe space gatherings, and even door-to-door teams handing out Narcan.
There's a cyclicity in terms of when both types of injuries, overdoses as well, gun violence increase, and that's during the summer.
The Johnson administration says last year's version of this plan helped lead to a 34% reduction in gun violence and a 12% reduction in overdose calls to 911. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Bike safety advocates coming together tonight to mourn the loss of a man who died on Friday. Riley O'Neill, struck by a passing semi as he was attempting to get around a vehicle stopped in a marked bike lane. Jim Merrill with the Active Transportation Alliance says O'Neill's death must inspire city leaders to prioritize bike safety here in Chicago.
Where we put this infrastructure, they've been effective at making things safer, not just for people on bikes, but also for people driving and for people walking. And so making sure that we're funding the designs that we know that work, and we're doing it at a scale that's going to make an impact, within a reasonable time frame, not something that we're going to be doing for the next 50 years.
The bike ride to honor the O'Neill's life will begin at Palmisano Park in Bridgeport starting at 7 o'clock. Say regulators are vowing major changes after an investigation into a plastic surgeon with a troubling past.
The Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation, which is in charge of the state's medical licenses, is promising an internal review about why Dr. Ayub Sayegh, who runs 63 Laser and Skin Clinic on Chicago's southwest side, has not been disciplined, despite being linked to 8 patient deaths in a 7-year span. The Tribune investigation revealed each death was a woman of color who had seen Dr. Sayegh for a tummy tuck or liposuction procedure. The department says it's been investigating the surgeon since 2020, but the report finds his medical record remains clean. In a statement, officials say Sayegh's case has, quote, fallen short of our standards. They will now seek to bar him from practicing medicine in Illinois and propose changes to state law to prevent similar incidents in the future. Andy Day, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
4:33 around the world. The situation in the Middle East escalated over the weekend. Iran fired nearly a dozen missiles on Israel yesterday, which led to retaliatory strikes against Iranian missile launch sites. Despite this, though, President Trump claims that the two countries are still striving towards a ceasefire. The latest now from correspondent Karen Travers.
He has said last week that he thought that there could be an agreement announced by this past weekend. That, of course, did not happen. The president continues to say that negotiations are in the final stage, that they're getting close to a deal. But we have heard that for weeks now from the president without any meaningful progress or getting a deal actually agreed to and announced publicly.
Both Israel and Iran have now indicated they are willing to halt their military operations for now. The Kennedy Center has unveiled both its new branding and the speakers who will help honor comedian Bill Maher.
The news came from simply the Kennedy Center, not the Trump Kennedy Center. A federal judge ruled last month the president's name was illegally added to the facility. Maher will be there in 3 weeks to accept the Mark Twain Award for American Humor. Among the speakers,
It's the Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
a fellow late-night comedian,
Your talent, my knowledge, you could be a champion.
Woody Harrelson,
Little titty, about Jack and Diane.
and John Mellencamp. Maher is the 27th recipient of a prize given to names like Steve Martin and Richard Pryor. Sagar Magani, Washington.
A tropical storm named Boris expected to bring heavy rains to parts of southern Mexico's Pacific coast. The U.S. National Hurricane Center says there's a possibility of flooding and mudslides. The storm located southeast of Acapulco with winds of up to 40 miles an hour. Boris is the second named storm of the Pacific hurricane season, which started May 15th. Tropical storm Amanda formed earlier but posed no threat to land. And the first two games of the NBA Finals in San Antonio were watched by thousands of fans outside Madison Square Garden. Maybe tonight, though, in another spot.
No watch party outside Madison Square Garden for Game 3 tonight because President Trump is attending. However, NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch says for Game 4, we do expect watch parties outside of Madison Square Garden to resume. The entire perimeter around the garden, which sits atop the very busy Penn Station, will be closed off tonight. And ticket holders have been told to arrive at least 2 hours early to get through security. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Coming up in a minute, low gas prices, traffic, and weather together. It's 4:36.
Is your money just lying?
So how many of these did I show you today? See this guy here? So if you want to take the bus, you can't take the bus from that station. You see that there? He's throwing food right there. You can't sit down at that bus stop. You see that there? There you go. See that there? You can't sit down, right? See how that works? And you got smoking weed over there, right? So you got a guy that took over a bus stop. You got weed smokers and beer drinkers. So this is what I wanted to say, and I forgot for the first broadcast, right? If you heard, they didn't say it in the second time when they were talking about the bike people, but they said it the first time. They said if they don't listen to us, we're going to unelect them. And that's who? Brandon Johnson. Because they know he's a crook. Right? They know he's lying and cheating. They know he uses the bike lanes for politics rather than safety. And that's what he said in the earlier broadcast. I got it recorded because I'm recording, right? The live feed. In that first one, if you heard that guy, the bike advocate guy, he goes, if they don't listen to us, we're going to unelect them. We're going to get rid of them. He said it. And those are the people you got to go to. So this is what I thought of. I'm going to go around, do a couple of rounds. I guess should start listening to the, no, we're calling Marietta next. Then radio calls. I might do the bike ride, the memorial bike ride for that, right? Because I know those guys. I used to be a bicyclist. I've been a bicyclist. I still am a bicyclist. Just because I drive my car, I don't mean I'm not a bicyclist. I mean, I tell you guys, that morning video stuff I did for 3 years straight. And before that, I used to ride all the time. So the point I'm trying to make is people are tired of these guys because they know they lie. What did he say today? Oh, we're going to reinstitute a drug and a gun program that worked last year. Like, huh? So why would you have... think about how much these guys lie. There's another one, right? See another one right there? Look, there's another one. It's everywhere, right? It's everywhere. So think about the lie, and then let me give Marietta a call. And I gotta dig up her number, right? Think about this lie. The man says, we had a program last year that helped them reduce crime, which we know was a lie, right? Whatever, crime went down and went down, whatever happened. So if something worked, why would you say we're going to redo it again? That doesn't even make sense. I would double it. I would triple it. And we would have heard about all of these things, right? But we didn't. Only until what? Everybody knows crime, drugs, and overdoses are skyrocketing. Because they lied about them. There's another guy. There's another homeless guy right there. Don't you see him right there? Sitting on the street. It's all these places are taking over. Why? Because it's raining. The homeless guys are in, right? Right? Let me get Marietta's number. But you kind of get, that's how you can tell somebody's lying, right? Trying to find your number here, Marietta. Unless you want to call me. Why can't I find your number? Why don't you give me a call, Marietta? You got my number. I can't find your number right now, Mary. I don't know why. Oh, here, I got it. Let me give Marietta a call. So think about this. Well, ask before I get to Marietta, because I'd rather talk to Marietta. She's more positive. The man says, we're bringing it back. Why would you have discontinued it? And bringing back what? Giving people Narcan? That's not drug fighting. That's enabling. Let's give Marietta a call, see what's going on with Marietta. Marietta James. That's who we're going to give a call right now. Hey, what's up, Marietta? What you working on? Hey, Marietta, it's John. What you working on?
What I'm working on today is a large drama going on in here.
A what? What's going on?
Yeah, a large drama going on the moon. I'm going to tell you what happened. First, it was a prank call, right? About my brother. They get paid, right?
Yeah.
It's a prank call. But you know, it's against the law for doing that. That's federal. Whoever did that, they go in prison. Whoever did that. And they calling the house phone. They go in prison.
So they're calling you. So they're calling you?
No, they call it a house phone. They call it a house phone, but still, there's a prank call. Saying that my brother downstairs is not fair with, you know, that's the case. You don't do that. For one. So they look into that. I ain't heard about that. Then second of all, today, when my brother come up the stairs, when we come to his courtyard, they be harassing, bullying people. Then they got people living in there bullying people. When we come up the stairs, they make fun of people. That's against the law. Yeah. Yeah.
That's sad.
Nobody do that. But look, it gets deeper. It gets deeper. Look, they talk about they want to steal people Instacart, they food, they laundry, the Amazon, Walmart. They want to do all that. Yes, they do.
Wow.
Up in here. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All that's against the law. All of that against the law.
And who's letting it happen? The management or security or what? But don't you guys have security? Don't you have security over there?
We have security, but we have security. We have security, but we have security. They don't know for much. It's important harassment. They're going to be doing it, but the cameras are out there. The cameras are out there with the harassment. It's outside the camera.
Man, you got too many things that happen to you today. Usually I call you, you're in a great mood, you're cooking your dinner, and we talk about some stuff, but you got hit with some bad stuff today, didn't you?
And the crazy part is I ain't buying nobody. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, I know,
I ain't buying nobody.
Marietta never bothers everybody.
You buy them. They think it's all right to buy things. It's not all right. You're a criminal. You get locked up. Simple. You get locked up simple. The same way he got locked up, you get locked up too. It's simple. You're a criminal. You're a criminal living in here.
So what I do with the crank calls now, if I know it's a crank call right away, is I don't know if you got the thing on your phone where you can record people. You just say, by the way, can I record you? And usually if it's a criminal, they'll say no, and they'll hang up. So the next time you get a crank call, you just say, can I record this call, right? And they'll usually hang up, right? They usually do.
Right.
And especially the ones from the one you got to be careful now. Some people pretend to be your bank or your credit card to try to steal your money.
That's they try to do today with the pay. But I'm going to say that's against the law. You're not supposed to do that.
Well, it's against the law to give you a call unsolicited and ask you for money.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's against the law, what they just did.
Yep. But what you got to do is you got to gather the evidence. You have to get the evidence and prove it. Yeah, and sorry about your building. I know you've had those ongoing issues, man. They just blocked me.
Yeah, but the people that live in here, I ain't going to say all the people. The people in here is living. I ain't going to say all the people. It's the people that you don't know is living here, but you bothering these other people. There's something wrong with that. Ain't nobody bothering you bothering them. We mind our own business.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, I'm in the middle of traffic. You just see this, right? I'm just jammed, man. Yeah, I'm just jammed up, man. Let's go, brother. Come on.
Yeah, you don't do nothing like that.
Yeah, we need to.
Right, wrong is wrong.
Yeah, I just showed you, I have on the video, people drinking in public, smoking in public, taking over a CTA station while the police officers sit around laughing and joking, right? It's like,
basically, you got criminals living in the building. I ain't got in the building, but you got criminals living in the building. You got criminals out there. Outside.
And it's none of my business and it's none of your business. We're not cops, but if you're a criminal, don't bother regular people. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I think I always say. I say, I don't care if you're a criminal. Just don't bother me and don't bother the public.
Right, don't bother me, but unfortunately you bother me, regular people, you bother senior citizens. If these people ain't bothering you, why you bothering them?
Yeah, there you go.
Do they have mental issues? Do they have a problem? I don't have nothing to do with that.
Me neither. I ain't got nothing to do with that either. I ain't got nothing to do with
their life, their business. What they do is their own business. But when you with my family, that's a totally different thing. You don't do that. Period.
And look, Marietta, we all have problems. All of us have bills and problems and family issues and things that come up, and plus our own personal stuff. So I'm not into your stuff. If you need some help and maybe I can help you and we can work together, I'll do it. But you can't be all messing with people and then say you got a mental problem, and that ain't right, man. That's not right.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I've noticed that on the news now. A lot of these killers, the one that killed the cop, they said, oh, he's got a mental problem. Well, yeah, but you don't go be killing cops. That don't make no sense. So what are you saying? Right?
This is an excuse.
Yeah, it's bad. So how about it? Let's get on a good topic. What are you gonna make for dinner tonight?
Well, I made spaghetti.
Spaghetti?
Yeah. Homemade sauce.
Oh man, I know your stuff is great. You gonna put a little meat in there or not, or no meat?
I put ground turkey, chicken in.
Oh wow, that sounds great. Did you do anything fun over the weekend?
No, I went to church Sunday. No.
No.
But this Saturday I had to go to a funeral.
Oh, yes.
And that's bothering me. Because I knew her. But see, people don't know what I'm going through. People do not know what I'm going through.
Yeah, that's sad. See, that's what I just said. We all have our own issues. Everybody has their own problems. So you can't... Yeah, the cops are just going everywhere. Woo, 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 woo. That's all you see all day long over here now. We're going to maybe go backwards and see where they're going, right? But, yeah, sorry you had to go to your funeral. My condolences. And that's what I'm... Oh, yeah, there's something going on in back of me. That's for sure. The cops are flowing.
This is bothering me right here. If people just leave me alone, I'm at my own business, I'll be fine. Because I won't speak on a man. That's what I do. I won't speak on a man.
Something's going on in downtown. Three squads just... Yeah, that's bad. We can't be doing that. There's something bad's happening in downtown. 3 squads just passed me. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like we're not getting any help. And this is what I'm thinking. I think they're going to let it go so bad, and then somehow they're going to fix everything. I don't know how you're going to fix everything in 1 year. And then if crime goes down or mental illness goes down or something, they're going to say, oh, they fixed it. But you can't do that. You got to do it all the time. You know what I'm talking about? You know how it is. Oh, man. Yeah. When you do things like cooking, you can't just cook one day. You got to have all your materials all over, and you got to have your seasonings, and you got to have your pots and pans. You know what I'm talking about? You just can't all of a sudden do something. You have to keep working at it, right? You know what I mean? And it seems like, I don't know. It's like you just said. We all have our regular lives, but it doesn't get any better, right? I mean, we do our good things. All of us do good things, but shouldn't everybody be doing something to make all of our lives better? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it to me. I don't know about you, but it doesn't feel like the government is doing the things to make our lives better, right? To make it easier, right? I mean,
especially with these criminals, violent, innocent people. If they would be innocent people, innocent people are violent for no reason. They don't have no reason.
Yeah.
We want to make us keep on doing it.
Well, you know, I don't know if you've seen that when it came out on the news, and they buried it now, but domestic violence went up double digits last year. And people were clear on why, because the criminals know they can get away with it. So not only did the criminals know they can get with their crime, they knew that they weren't prosecuting the domestic people that were harming their partners, so it went sky high. And you don't hear about it anymore, you know what I mean? And that's a bad thing.
Right.
You know, that's a bad thing. I mean, domestic abuse is bad, and no one deserves that. And if you don't like somebody, don't bother them. Like you just said, don't bother people, right? Why are you bothering people?
I don't mind. I have my own business. That's what I do.
Yeah.
It's like this. I'm trying to see who I know. If I don't know, I don't talk to them. I don't know who the people is. I don't know what they got.
I can't say I don't nosy in other people's business because I'm live feeding.
That's okay. That's different. That's different. We cool like that.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I do what I do. You know, maybe I'll start doing my morning bike ride videos, and we'll just maybe we'll do we still got our podcast. Maybe we do cooking videos. Maybe we do some more better stuff than this stuff.
Yeah,
Oh man, I just passed by.
I know positive things are like, I know negative things are like.
Yeah, I just passed by the 7-Eleven over on Lake Street. There's about 8 guys there standing in front selling drugs, man. It's like, yeah, you can't miss it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
If I see it, why don't you see it, right? Well, I think they see it. They see it. They're just not doing nothing about it. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's. All right, Marietta, thanks for taking my call. If you guys want to see anything Marietta's doing, she's on Facebook. Look up Marietta James, right, Marietta?
Yeah, I'm good with Jesus.
Yeah, and she's a great viewer, great listener, and we're working on a podcast. Me, you, and the news. One day we're gonna get to it. We're just a little slow, a little bit.
It's okay. I want you to take care tell you first, then we're going to do it.
But we got the name, we got the concept, and we're going to be traveling around. This is the idea. We're going to travel around to different places in Chicago, different restaurants, maybe bars, whatever, or parks. And what we're going to do is sit there, and me and Marietta are going to talk, but we want to actually have a third person. So me and Marietta are going to interview somebody or talk to somebody. So it'll be me, Marietta, and one more person. So that's why it's going to be me, you, and the news. That's what we're going to call it, right? Yeah. And we're going to have a podcast, and then maybe a half hour. We're going to talk to people. So we're going to talk to different people, talk about whatever's going on, and we're going to go to different places on top of it. That's the idea, right, Marietta?
Exactly, I agree.
All righty. All right, Marietta, thanks for taking my call. Hey, everybody wants to check out her page. Go to Marietta's page. She's always doing some wild stuff. She's got some old stuff. She's got all kinds of things. She's a North Sider and I'm a South Sider, so that's the difference there.
Yeah, we cool like that. Why am you the broadcaster? You sound something. That's what you said.
Thanks a lot, Marietta.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking my call, all right?
No problem. I'll call you back later once it's over, okay?
All right, talk to you later, okay? I'm going to go see what happened with these cops, where they all went to. There's a bunch of cops out here, okay?
All right, be safe out there.
Thank you. Talk to you later, Marietta. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Let's go see where these cops went, right? There's a whole bunch of cops that just flew by.
Anybody get a hold of 735 3 up an hour in the red line?
Red line.
There you are. Can you head up to the platform, please? We got a call from a guy named Marcus. He wasn't really making much sense or cooperating. He originally asked for shelter, and then he started talking about helping his son. Should be a male wearing a blue jean jacket, staying on red light flip.
So maybe I'll go backwards in time. Let me get to the radio calls here.
Take it to that state.
Oh wow, look at the fog coming in. You see the fog over there in front of us, Greg? Look at the fog coming in. Right there? Like the other day, remember that? Let me get to the radio calls here. So those cars just went through about 5 minutes ago. So we'll go back to maybe 4:30. We're going to try to figure out what those... And look at the fog up there, see that?
9736. Yeah, bro.
362.
73862.
For a pickup over off the bed.
Starting to rain.
Yep, that is 09740.
9-1 truck.
Hey, what's your name?
Take the back at Roosevelt Green, please. Stop.
Okay, that is 0978.
Just started raining and a bunch of cops just passed us by, so we don't know what's going on. But look at that, that rain's hitting pretty good. See that there? And I'll show you this. Way up there, it's totally foggy in front of us. This here, watch this. See, way up there, it's totally foggy. It's really coming down. It's foggy up there. It's wild.
The person with the gun is 69 in Harper. 69 in Harper. First aid mailbox has a gun, last in white camouflage mask and blue jeans. Two other mailboxes have on green camouflage.
Crazy rain just started coming down. Wild. 4:55 p.m. June 8th, 2026.
391 Charles.
91 Charlie.
An event for the Roosevelt Red.
Sure, that's 09823.
389 Adam.
7389 Adam.
Get a blue line check at Damon, please.
Okay.
So now all these homeless guys are in these bus shelters. You can't use the bus shelters now because all the homeless guys are in them. Got it?
Getting one call for self-progress up the Wilson Red Line. Red Line to Wilson for a passerby. Says 5 male blacks, about 12 years of age, are riding around on scooters, spitting on people on the road.
Take 3 Lincoln.
7 Lincoln.
Number 3 Chicago on the red line.
Sure.
It's really coming down, right?
49.
I'm gonna go over here for a second.
Train attention, this anyway, may have a mechanical alarm and an assault in progress, 43 substate, 4318 substate. It's gonna be a reception dust panic, mailbox wearing the stripes button up, acting erratic and yelling at the staff. They're gonna be further checking district zones.
BA3 Charlie. You got a number for 79 to the red line.
It is 09879.
B3 80. That number, Garfield, red line.
Yes, that is 0988.
During the Sanjana City, which saw the progress, 7245 subcenter, 7245 subcenter. But the people who are here in inner streets wants to fight unknown weapons. They're not being further their district system.
352.
735.
Check it, Howard.
Alright, number, that is 1018.
099.
They got a bit of a south-south. It's going to be a white work van. They got westbound 51st underneath Grant and Shield.
Number 30, red line, and check, please.
30 Charlie.
Yep, 099.
And westbound 51.
B3 Adam and Boy.
73 Adam and Boy.
Grant, can I get a number on 96 on the red line on the south platform?
Yep, it is 09953.
And we got it on camera. It's going to be a very clean white Sprinter van. Clean white Sprinter.
733.
That number, Garfield, red line.
Yep, that is 09979. I have a 3212 today, 3212.
260, she comes in at 1700.
Alright, same with 13.
Yeah, we're 13 today.
No, technically a Mercedes. Yeah, it's technically a Mercedes, but it's, I mean, it's plain white all the way around.
Yeah, I get one to 1765 West Lawrence.
For you? Sure.
J-Play. 215.
Go ahead.
Yeah, can I get one to 1765 West Lawrence?
For you? Sure.
J-Play.
788, boy.
Flying car number 7336 from Montrose, Logan Place.
I don't hear nothing on the radio. Let's hear what's happening on the news, right?
Supermarket chain is agreeing to pay $1.25 million in a settlement over calories.
Remember that Seinfeld episode where the non-fat frozen yogurt turned out not to be non-fat?
It's non-fat. How could this not have any fat? It's too good.
In Santa Barbara County, the district attorney says some Kroger-branded Carb Master breads were not as low-calorie as advertised. Kroger accused of putting inaccurate calorie counts on some of its Carb Master white meat and multi-seed bread and hot dog and hamburger buns. The DA alleging Kroger was violating California's false advertising laws. In one case, the DA says Kroger advertised its Carb Master hamburger buns as having 50 calories in them when they actually had 100 calories in them. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Security's beefed up for tonight's NBA Finals game in New York.
Agent Pat McCool with the U.S. Secret Service says because President Trump will be there, Game 3 will be different.
You will see Secret Service, police, and special agents, transportation security officers, federal air marshals, and the NYPD officers throughout the area.
What you won't see is those fans packing the streets outside the Garden. That party's been moved to Bryant Park. Security at all locations throughout the city will be extremely tight. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
The next league, the series 2 games to none for the San Antonio Spurs. An 18-year-old is in custody for questioning, police say, in the mass shooting over the weekend at the annual Old West End Festival in Toledo, Ohio. 12 people were injured, while Governor Mike DeWine.
We have every confidence in the police department. We have every confidence that they will find and be able to arrest the individuals who participated in this.
A referee for the FIFA World Cup has been denied entry to the U.S. due to vetting concerns, as U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Local reports say he is from Somalia. listening to ABC News.
There you go. They're starting to crack down. We're going to hear the local news. Listen to the one where the bike guy says we're going to remove him from office. Listen to him. That's a big story when they're upset. Because think about it. This guy that died on the bicycle, he was a bike advocate. He worked for CDOT. That was his job. His job was to advocate for biking. That was, I'm pretty sure, his job. And he's dead now. So that means it's unsafe. So the things that they're doing with the bike lanes are unsafe because it's not done right. And I've been saying that. So I keep saying the bike lanes are a scam, but they're not for safety. They're just for votes. See there's a guy sitting there in the bus stop. You can't sit there. See the safety issues here? It's quality of life and safety, and it's our safety and it's our quality of life. When the guy sleeps in the bus stop and I tell him, move, I want to sit down, what is he going to yell at me, stab me, spit on me? What is he going to do? And who allows him to sit in the bus stop? The city does. The city is responsible for that. That's who's doing these things to us.
Monday, the 8th day of June. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Lisa Fielding. We've got some light rain downtown. Happening kind of spotty rain throughout the area along the lakefront right now. That's the story into tonight. Kind of sticky. Warmer still the next few days. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 5:15. But first at 5, advocates for bike safety in Chicago gathering tonight to remember a city worker killed last week while riding a bike in Bridgeport. The story from WBBM's Andy Dane.
It's unacceptable, and we need change.
Kyle Lucas with the group Better Streets Chicago among those mourning the loss of Riley O'Neill, Department of Transportation employee who died Friday while attempting to get around a vehicle stopped at a marked bike lane along Halstead Street.
Riley would be alive today if there were protected bike lanes on Halstead. That's just a matter of fact. What happened to him would not have happened in a parking protected bike lane.
Authorities say O'Neill was struck by a semi after losing control of his bike and falling into the roadway. Jim Merrill is with the Active Transportation Alliance.
I think it's important not to overlook the role that I played in this incident and thinking about having clear guidelines on truck routes or, the operating hours of those large vehicles so they're not sharing the road during peak travel time is something we should really be thinking about as well.
Lucas says he and others will honor O'Neill's mission of making biking safer in Chicago.
If our elected officials continue to drag their feet on this, we'll find new ones.
Andy Dane, News Radio 105.9 WBM.
Chicago's chief federal prosecutor coming in.
That's what I like right there.
Former staffers at the U.S. Attorney's Office.
111 former federal prosecutors have signed a letter accusing Andrew Boutros of a failure of leadership since taking over as head of the Chicago U.S. Attorney's Office a little more than a year ago. The letter points to a series of issues, including the decision to dismiss all charges against the so-called Broadview 6 protesters after Boutros revealed improper communications between federal prosecutors and members of the grand jury. It also suggests that political considerations are infecting, that's a quote, decisions about whether to prosecute some defendants. The letter doesn't call for Boutros to resign. It does, however, call on Boutros to be willing to take action to address failures and says his recent declaration about grand jury reforms was, quoting now, long on superlatives and short on details. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And we've reached out to the Justice Department for a response. The Illinois Secretary of State says he's bullish on the city of Chicago, but has not yet decided whether he intends to enter February's election for mayor. Lexi Janulia says he's encouraged by the number of people saying he should run, but says that the city is facing numerous issues.
There's a lot of them. There's affordability, there's public safety, there's a lot going on, which is why this is not an easy decision. But I care deeply about Chicago. I care deeply about public service.
When do you think you'll make the decision?
It's a big decision.
Janulia's previously served as state treasurer from 2007 to 2011. Several people have already entered the race, including state comptroller Susana Mendoza. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson has not formally declared a run for re-election. Arlington Heights police are asking residents to look at their surveillance video to help police investigate an attack on a young woman last night.
The 18-year-old young woman was able to flag down a driver near Lake Arlington after she said she was attacked at about 11:15 near Jonquil and Windsor. Police say the victim told them she was walking home when a man or young man on a bike pushed her down and started choking her after asking her what her name is. Police say the young woman fought him off and ran away. Police are asking residents and businesses to go over doorbell video or other surveillance images that may have recorded the attacker. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Some of the world's top young golfers will soon be making their way to Aurora for a first-of-its-kind tournament.
The inaugural Chicago Junior All-Star Championship comes to Phillips Park Golf Course June 15th through the 18th. The event will feature 96 boys and girls ages 12 to 15 competing in a nationally recognized American Junior Golf Association tournament.
It'd be great to see some really good swings and some good play from local players as well as players from across the U.S. and the world coming out.
Superintendent of Golf Operations Jeff Schmidt says the game of golf's really grown since COVID-19 and that Phillips Park Golf Course takes pride in teeing up the next generation of players.
So we're really trying to promote getting kids on the golf course out playing. So we're definitely looking forward to hosting the inaugural event for this year and hopefully more to come.
Rachel Pearson, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It is 5:08. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. How are the roads, Mike?
Well, not great if you find yourself on 80-94 in either direction right now. Your westbound side still solid from Broadway.
Big on superlative. What did it? I'm going to use this quote. Remember this one, Marietta, make a t-shirt of this one. Big on superlatives, small on details. I like that one. That's a good one. I never thought of that. That means you got a big mouth and don't do nothing. That's the fancy way of saying you got a big mouth and you don't do nothing. That's all that means. That's it. So that's fancy talk, right? But I think the big thing to come out of today's newscast is clear. The bicyclists, right, are tired because they say they're being taken care of and they're being used as political pawns against drivers. We know that. They're used as political pawns. Remember what I always tell you about Brandon Johnson and that crew running the city. They don't care about bicyclists. They don't care about young black people. They don't care about women. They don't care about drug addicts. They don't care about homeowners. Right? Bicyclists dead. Young black guys dead. Women that are abused in domestic violence, double-digit increases. Drug addicts, double digits, right? All the things that you see are happening. Nothing gets taken care of. Why? Because it's just used for political posturing, right? They throw some money at it. They do what? A wolf pack? Remember the wolf pack? Potholes? Remember that? They did a whole news conference. When I did the video, they did a news conference that Monday. They filled a pothole. The rest of the potholes are not fixed in that area, and they're all within a couple 100 feet of each other. So they fixed one pothole for a video, and that was it. That's how this guy operates. Now, here's the trick of this. Here's the trick of this. What did I say in my earlier time? Fine, whatever. Whatever. You do whatever you want. You're elected. You're doing whatever. This is what you got to start asking the questions, right? What are they doing every day? And I think I said this is about an hour or two ago. Oh, not an hour. About a year ago. About a year and a half ago. That's why I said that. My head. Look, you see any cars? It's raining. Everybody would drive a car in the rain. Look, you don't see any cars, do you? You don't see any cars, do you? I always say, look at the cars. There's no one here. You can agree with me or not. You can say I'm a loudmouth. You can say I'm superlatives or whatever you want to say, but you don't see any cars, do you? It's 5:10. Let's pull over here. It's 5:10. It's 5:10. There's no cars. There's nobody here. Don't you see that? So the idea is this. People are starting to get tired of these guys, and their time is running out, right? But the problem, like I said the other day, and I said it today, none of that means anything, because once the election starts, he's going to have all the city workers going to be working for him for his campaign. You'll see. Because they're going to want to keep their job. Why do they want to keep their job? Because they ain't doing nothing. Right? That's the point. There you go. It's 5:10 p.m. We're in the height of rush hour in downtown. And it just rained, but you don't see any cars on the surface parking here. See this here? Let me show you this. This is how you can tell your downtown is dying, because there's no cars here. Zero, right? Zero. And you can say, well, it's raining. Yeah, there would be no cars. No, there would be, because they'd be picking them up. Picking people up. But there's all the surface parking is empty here. See that there? There's a few people going on the train there. Should be more. See that? All the surface parking. 5:10, 5:11 p.m., June 8th. Look at that. There's no one going into the train. It's a main train station there. Look at that. It's almost empty. See that there? Look. The train station's empty. That's a CTA train. That's a main train station there. The blue line, Clark. There you go. You don't see nobody going in and out. Don't see no cars here, right? See some here, but there's construction going on. You look at the traffic. Don't even matter what I say. You got to look at the pictures. Look at the pictures. The pictures tell the whole story. SubX.News. That's the time.
And the majority of the allegations happened under previous ownership. And a group of ducklings back with its mother thanks to a rescue by the Portage Fire Department. Firefighters responded after a resident spotted several ducks trapped in a broken fountain in the middle of a pond. A rescue crew swam out to the fountain and safely retrieved the stranded birds while their mother waited nearby. Hotter and
drugs.
for the next couple of days. Feels like summer. Even before we're officially there, the AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up.
As the Iran war continues, get the facts and the context you need. What's happening overseas? How it could affect your money, your travel plans, and daily life here at home. Plus reaction from across Chicago and the suburbs. Listen every day. News Radio 105.9 WDBM.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run. Because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When it rains, people are in the hair, right?
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind.
The picture tells the story. There's no one here in downtown. It's raining, so you would figure people would be grabbing taxis and cabs and Ubers. The surface parking is empty, and you see the CTA station's empty. It's 5:10 p.m. Monday, June 8th, 2026.
She wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
It's just we haven't figured out what those cops were chasing, right?
Adventure to a galaxy far, far away with Star.
The 9th District has located that Mercedes van, that work van. They do have one in custody over at 49 and Wood.
49th and Wood, Mercedes-Benz, stolen, it sounds like. That's the silver suitcase from the other day. Is that lady part of the stabbing?
Yep, it is 10349.
387 Charlie.
787 Charlie.
Western and 105.
Okay, it is 10355.
83 Adam and Boy.
83 Adam and Boy.
It's Tom, the guy without the legs, right?
Yep, it is 10361.
He looks upset. I don't think I'm gonna bother him today.
1566 169th Street South. Down.
Okay, that is 09804.
3 units in Dana City, I have the person with a gun, 69 in Harper, 69 in Harper. Fire State male black has a gun, last is wearing camouflage mask and blue jeans. 2 other male blacks have on green camouflage masks as well. They are around the area on the corner. I got nothing further, they're District 17.
391 Charlie.
91 Charlie.
In advance of the Roosevelt Rest.
Sure, that's 09823.
389 Adam.
7389 Adam.
Get a blue line check at Damon, please.
Okay, that is 09829. And getting one call for some progress up the Wilson red light. Red light of Wilson for a passerby. 5 male blacks, about 12 years of age, are riding around on scooters.
She's on drugs, that white lady. A lot of drug addicts out here.
Where are you doing?
Number 3, Chicago on the red line.
Sure, 09849.
3 units in Dana City, I just may read the panic alarm and an assault in progress. 4318 substate, 4318 substate. It's going to be a reception desk panic, male black wearing the stripes button up, acting erratic and yelling at the staff. They're going to be further second district.
That was the one that was laying on the ground the other day.
You got a number for 79 and the red line.
Yep, it is 09879.
38380.
78380.
Red number, Garfield, red line.
Yep, that is 09884.
3 units in Dana City, White Cloud in progress. 7245 South Bennett, 7245 South Bennett. Place is a female harassing her and in her face, wants to fight, unknown weapon. I got nothing further, they're District 17.
353.
7353.
Looking for the Circuit Howard.
Yep, that is 09938.
3 John.
793 John.
Number for the red line and Jackson, please.
Yep, it's 09948.
33 Adam and Boy.
793 Adam and Boyd.
Can I get a number on 95th on the red line on the south platform?
Yep, that is 09953.
2383 Eddie.
793 Eddie.
That number, Garfield red line.
Yep, that is 09979. At a 3212 today, 3212.
260, she comes in at 1700.
He's wild.
Same with 13.
Negative, no 13 today.
Tom's having a hard time today. He must be jacked up or something. So you got a city worker just pulled up there. You see that there? You got all the drug addicts out here, man. They're all jacked up. He's screaming at people.
Sure.
He's angry today.
788 boy.
Flying car number 7.
There's a city worker there. He's really angry.
Okay, that is going to give you 10004.
That's what happened, man. You're in the... Yeah, he's jacked up today. Tom's jacked up. That's Tom. We know him. We've interviewed him. See him?
733 George.
He's having some kind of an episode, psychotic episode,
That
right?
is 10028.
See that there? There's a city worker right down the road from him. You see the lights flashing? The city worker ain't doing nothing to help him. See that there?
7353. Anybody got to get a hold of 7353?
Yeah, he's having a psychotic episode there.
Hey, there you are. Can you get up to the platform, please?
See the city worker there? Let me show you. Let me show you. There's a city worker right there. Look.
We're cooperating. He originally
asked for shelter.
See the city
and then
worker?
He started talking about helping his son.
There's a city worker right there.
Jacket standing on the red light platform.
She's dropping off some kind of supplies to these guys. See that there?
The ticket does not state.
I don't know if you can see that there.
7383 Frank.
738 Frank.
35 Street, red line. Can I get a phone number, please?
Yep, that is going to be 10080. 10080.
The city worker, I don't know if you can see it.
7241.
Can I get a red number for Station Lake?
Yeah, bad dope. And the city worker's dropping off stuff and he's jacked up. I'm trying to get you guys the view of the city worker too. There's a city worker right there. Let me move my camera here. See the city worker right there? That's a city worker with the flashing lights there. She's dropping stuff off for those guys. But he's having some kind of an episode there.
173-830 Charlie.
So now we have it where the city workers are out here doing stuff and not taking care of them, right?
83 Adam, go ahead.
7387 Adam. The number 4 bus right. Bus number 8405. Westbound 79 at Halsted.
There we go. See, there she is.
That is 10122.
Right?
And again, if anyone sounds out, it's going to be a white work van, again, westbound 51st, underneath the tracks at Shield.
So the city workers here.
173-830.
But what is she going to do?
On the truck plate, it's a straight steel.
It's 700 is approaching Halsted.
Is she going to help the guy?
551 approaching Halsted.
So what do you guys always tell me? I always get these liberals that come out and says, oh, I'm supposed to do something. Well, there's the city worker, and let's see what the city worker does, right? We're going to watch this, right? The city worker, I think one guy just lit up some drugs right in front of her. So we're over here at Lake and Garvey. One of the guys that we know out here, Tom, is having an episode here, right? He's having an episode here. Tom's having an episode. See that there? He's angry. And there's a city worker there, right? You need to move on, man. There's a city worker right there. There's a city worker right there. There's a city worker right there. There's city workers right there. There's a city worker right there. There's a city worker right there. There's a city worker right there. No. Let's go ask the city worker. She's right there. She's giving out stuff. Chaotic out here. There's some violent stuff happening there. That's Tom right there, man. See, the city worker don't do nothing. So if the city worker don't do nothing, then what are we gonna? That's a city worker right there. And these are all dudes all on drugs. And see, the city worker's not doing nothing about it, right? And we got people coming up to our cars saying they want stuff, and there you go. You guys are watching this unfold right in front of you, right? We know Tom. That's Tom. And you got another lady there. She's doing whatever. It's real bad drugs out here today. So you have one city worker. I don't know what she's doing. Right now, the city worker's right over there, right? Yeah, it's bad out here. So what am I supposed to do as a reporter? What am I gonna do? Get involved in that? I don't want to be even where I feel like I'm too close to the situation right now. You see that, right? He's on some bad dope or something. That's Tom. We know that guy, right? You can't let this keep going like this. You have to take care of it. And we never heard what happened with the stabbing the other day, right? See, there's all kinds of guys walking around here, right? He's angry. Tom's angry about something. See the white chick over there? She's on drugs. There's all the drug addicts are out here, right? You can't let this go on. Right? There you go, right?
Yep, it is 10349. 387 Charlie.
He's upset. Tom's upset.
Western and 105. Okay, it is 10355.
SubX.News, you're watching it unfold. Yeah, the city. Look, there's the city worker. So where is any ambulances? Where's the social workers? Where's anybody?
Yep, it is 103.
Hey, should we call somebody for Tom or what? Should we call somebody for Tom or what? He's going off. Just leave him alone, right? All right, brother. See, they just said leave him alone. There's a bunch of, they're all coming here for drugs. See that there? There's a whole bunch of people coming here for drugs. There you go. There's a whole bunch of people coming here for drugs. A whole bunch just walked up. See that there? It's wild, man. Because the rain messes it up, right? There you go, man. That's our buddy Tom there, right? It's wild out here.
Unit number that is 10459. 4719.
Orange line?
383 Lincoln. 387 Adam. 7387 Adam. 867.
Now another city worker's coming. Right?
Yep, it is 103.
You can't clean it up like you think. This is not that easy. There's a lot of drug addicts now here, right?
Alright, be advised, the 9th District has located that Mercedes van, that work van. They do have one in custody over at 49.
And he's jacked up. Tom's jacked up. See him? He's got some bad dope out here, man. What's up, man? Is Tom all right or what, man?
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to hold this hill, bro. Please, please.
I'm concerned about my bro Tom. I asked about Tom. You didn't even listen to me. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Okay? No. Friend of mine too.
I just asked you a question, and you right away about...
No. You didn't ask me before I asked you.
I did.
But I respect everybody, bro. I swear.
I know you do. I know you do.
I believe in
I'm
God.
concerned about Tom. That's what I'm concerned about.
Because Tom, with his legs cut off like that, I don't think he should be out here.
Well, why ain't the city taking care of him? There's two city...
Because come on, man. You know
They're right there.
You know, they don't care about nothing, man. They don't care about nobody.
I'm documenting. SubX.News.
My name is Charles, bro.
I don't carry cash on me. Sorry, my brother. All right, Charles, you be safe. I'll see you out here, all right? I'm trying to tell people that we need to fix this. They say, what's happening out here ain't right, my brother. All right, Charles, be safe, all right? Nope. Now you know that. You know that. All right, take it easy, Charles. It's bad. It's bad out here. It's getting chaotic. See, there's a worker's truck.
7383 Mary. Yep, it is 10407.
Orange line, somebody on the tracks, laid out.
Get a person down, Pulaski, Orange line to Pulaski for mail down underneath the train tracks. Fires.
Of an event from
7383 Mary.
The city worker's right there.
Yep, it is 10407. Yeah, no problem. Get a person down, Pulaski, Orange line to Pulaski for mail down underneath the train tracks. Fires rolling, nothing further.
387 Adam.
That white girl's the one that was laying on the sidewalk the other day.
79 going eastbound 79, yeah, Oakley.
Okay, it is 10433.
Man down underneath the train tracks by Pulaski.
7388 Adam. Okay, that's going to be 10447.
7383 Lincoln.
It's bad here. You see it, everybody, right? Why isn't there some interventions right now, right?
That is 10459.
47.
It's pretty bad. It's a bad situation.
4719.
Number for Homeland Security check, 400 North Michigan, please.
Yeah, number.
Amen. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
3 John.
733 John.
It's bad out there.
Number for the Red Lantern check.
Yep, it is 10531.
See, the drug addicts, they're all around here. See that?
3 days.
It's bad here. See the white chick? That chick is the one that was laying in the street the other day. That one right there. Or the other one. That one right there.
3215. 3215.
3215.
Hey, just info for you. Southbound lane, south of Montrose, some object in the road. Caller wasn't sure what it was.
It's unacceptable squad.
Tell me about it.
89 boy.
739 boy.
Event number, Blue Line and the Clifton. I'm sorry.
Yep, that is 10580.
You guys are watching this just like me. Steve, you're like, here I'm in the middle of it, right? All I need is a couple of the drug dealers to come after me, right?
Charlie David 40681.
Alright, again, southbound of the Rhine from Route, Charlie David 40681.
Everybody's watching. Steve's like, damn, that's pretty wild there, right? See, there's a city worker. She didn't do nothing about it, right? You see, there was violence here, right? He grabbed the sign and was throwing it. See, they're probably watching my video and telling her to do something. They watch my video every day, the city does.
Alright, 10-4, and everyone use caution. 22nd District observed this vehicle with a couple male black occupants shooting out with handguns.
Alright, do you hear that one, right? Well, we have crime happening, right?
739 boy.
Event number, Blue Line and the Clifton. I'm sorry.
She's going to talk to Tom now, right?
It's 10580. 5700
Stolen maximum, waiting color, heading southbound and Ryan from Route.
89 boy.
739, boy.
There's a stolen car and they're shooting out of it.
And Clifton, I'm sorry.
Yep, that is 10580. 5700 Adam.
Stolen Maxima, waiting color, heading southbound and Ryan from route. Charlie David 40681.
Alright, again, southbound the Ryan from route. Charlie David 40681. The white Nissan Maxima, straight to field.
I want to advise also that approach with caution with this vehicle. Just yesterday in the 22nd district, there was observed a couple metal bags shooting handguns in the air from that vehicle around 93rd and I want to say Green.
Alright, 10-4, and everyone use caution. 22nd district observed this vehicle with a couple male black occupants shooting out with handguns.
383,
That's happening live. That one there. That white Maxima. White stolen Maxima occupied with a couple of black guys. They were observed shooting out of it with guns yesterday. Be careful.
5700 Adam.
Stolen Maxima, waiting color, heading southbound and Ryan from route. Charlie David 40681.
Alright, again, southbound the Ryan from route. Charlie David 40681. The white Nissan Maxima, straight to field.
I want to advise also that approach with caution with this vehicle. Just yesterday in the 22nd district, there was observed a couple metal bags shooting handguns in the air from that vehicle around 93rd and
southbound from route onto Dan Ryan.
10-4, and everyone use caution. 22nd district observed this vehicle with a couple male black occupants shooting out with handguns.
383, Frank.
7383 Frank.
Squad 36th Street, red line, please, close to identify number, please.
Yep, that is 10598. 10598.
Go
ahead.
Have they ever told us what that stabbing was about?
Here we go, start off at 63rd right now, 63rd and the Yale.
Alright, exiting 63rd, coming up 63 in Yale.
They're at 63rd and Yale, going westbound. You see how fast that escalated here, right? The guy had a sign. He's still out there. They haven't done nothing with the guy. He should be look, I don't mean to say the word locked up. Here, there you go. There's a migrant right here. There's a migrant on that divvy. There's all kinds of characters out here, man. Steve, thanks. I got a little scared, man, when you told me watch out. I didn't realize that everything that was happening around me. I'm just sitting here and watching, but I didn't realize how actually dangerous it was. So thanks, Steve. Thanks for being, thanks for acknowledging what I'm doing right now is like extremely dangerous. You see the sign was right in front of us, right?
Yeah, that is 10660.
There's all kinds of stuff happening out there, right? This guy just stole it. There's a guy with a whole baggie of stolen stuff, right? Right next to me. And while they're stolen cars, this guy's shooting out of it, right?
Units informed to about a battery in progress, domestic related, 7810, South Muskegon, 7810, South Muskegon, Ariana State.
Muskegon.
Female black is beating her with a Stanley cup, no other weapons, no drinking or drugs, nothing further, known age station clip.
Alright, they got eyes on it here. This white Nissan Maxima where they were shooting the guns up the air. 64th and normal, they have eyes on it. 64 normal, looks like it's going to be going west.
3 Mary.
383 Mary.
Current division, please.
Yep, that is...
They're at 64th and normal going westbound. That's that stolen Maxima they were shooting out of yesterday. Yeah, that was a little hairy there.
Citywide battery in progress. 2438 West 63rd, 2438 West 63rd on the second floor. Eddie Mouse states that he can hear people fighting inside the apartment. Nothing further. District 8 zone is clear.
Where's that beating with a Stanley Cup?
Unison 4 on citywide battery in progress. Domestic related 7810 South Muskegon, 7810 South Muskegon. Ariana states her mother Jocelyn Tate. Female black is beating her with a Stanley Cup. No other weapons, no drinking or drugs, nothing further. Zone 8 station clear.
Alright.
Unison 4 on citywide battery in progress. Domestic related 7810 South Muskegon,
73.
Unison 4 on citywide battery in progress. Domestic related 7810 South Muskegon, 7810 South Muskegon. Ariana states her mother Jocelyn Tate. Female black is beating her with a Stanley Cup. No other weapons, no drinking or drugs, nothing further. Zone 8 station clear.
Alright, I got eyes on it here. This white Nissan Maxima where they were shooting the guns at the air. 64th and Normal, they have eyes on it. 6th floor Normal. Looks
Mother
like
beating the daughter with a Stanley Cup. South Muskegon.
733 Mary.
Curve division, please.
Yep, that is 10675.
832 units and 8. Citywide battery in progress. 2438 West 63rd, 2438 West 63rd on the second floor. Eddie Mouse states that he can hear people fighting inside the apartment. Nothing further. District 8 zone is clear. 389 boy.
7389 boy.
Car number 3233 going westbound from Clifton to 92. We're getting to bed number 6.
Sure, that is 10694. Alright, just be advised, the 7th District did have eyes on that white Nissan Maxima. Again, it's a straight steel, Charlie David 40681. Occupants last night were observed shooting out of the car. However, they have since lost eyes. Somewhere in the area, 6-4 and Normal was the last seen. 6-4 and Normal.
So 64th and Normal, that's the car they were shooting out of. See, that guy just popped around there. He's got a whole, whatever, cart from Jewel or something like that with a bunch of goodies in there. Tom is over there. He's jacked up. I'll talk to this city lady and say, should I call somebody for him or what? You seen it unfold. The violence happened that quick. It was very violent here, really quick. A lot of people started swarming. It gets dangerous fast. Why don't they tell us what happened in the South Loop or in the Loop right here, right, with the stabbing? I bet you it was related to it because I just seen a silver suitcase pass me by, right?
What's 382
787.
Bus number 1309 going eastbound at Ashland on 79.
Okay, that is 10721.
City worker right there.
Here's a 25 citywide battery in progress. McClare north on McClare. There's an auto accident and both drivers are fighting each other. Claim position.
It's chaotic out here. Some violent stuff happening. Stop. Oh, man. No, let's go ask the city worker. She's right there. She's getting... chaos at the drug spot, even in front of the city worker. You guys seen it? Now you can't have it downtown like this. Lake and Garvey. That was wild there. Gotta be careful. It turns violent really fast. See, this is what they do. They say it's okay. Let these guys do whatever they want, guys and girls. But you see how fast it becomes violent. It's not okay to be doing drugs in the open. There's a bunch of people talking to Tom over there. There's lots of people around here. And some are not without the legs and homeless looking and dirty looking. There's a lot of guys hanging around here that you trust me. You think, you don't, it's not what you think anymore. It's very sophisticated out here. I've been watching this for a few years since the migrants been down here. It's very, very dangerous.
All right, looks like they got eyes on the Maxima again on Zone 8. 83rd and what is that? Lafayette. 83 and Lafayette going southbound.
So the city worker's just sitting there, right?
This city worker. There's a city worker there, right?
There's kids walking. Look, there's little kids walking around here. Look at this. There's drugs and stuff all around here, and you're going to see little kids pass by pretty soon. They're doing whatever they're doing, man. They're little kids, right?
Angry. There's a city worker there, right?
All right, just took off from the 6th District, westbound 87 from Lafayette, westbound 87 Lafayette.
See the little kids?
There's a city worker right there. There's a city worker right there.
That's Tom. We know him. He doesn't have any legs. And he stays out here and likes getting high. Today he's a little violent.
All right, car's still westbound 87 passing Holland. He's going to get into some traffic here. Coming up to Halstead eventually. Yeah, he may have turned off. I have not yet seen him at Wallace.
They're chasing that car with people with guns in it, right? They don't stop the car, you hear it, right? So again, another dangerous situation.
Yeah, I think he did, he must have done a U-turn or something. Westbound 87 again from Holland. Westbound 87 from Holland again.
'87 in Holland, you said?
Yeah, he may have turned off. I have not yet seen him at Wallace. Yeah, I think he did, he must have done a U-turn or something. Westbound 87 again from Holland. Westbound 87 from Holland again. All right, correction on that. It's going to be going northbound. Northbound Holland from 87. Northbound Holland from 87.
Northbound Holland from 87.
Yep, 83rd and Holland.
They're bailing. You just hear they bailed, the guys with the guns, right?
3 units in the citywide of burglary in progress. 6748 South Road, 6748 South Road for the basing unit. Caller states an unknown male is trying to break into the apartment. Caller couldn't see anything. I got nothing further. Their district's on 7.
All right, they got him. 83rd and Holland, 2 in custody. Oh, hold on. We got one more running. I got one more running. Male black hoodie, and some sort of blue jogging
2 in
pants.
custody, 1 still running.
He's currently on Harvard, running northbound. He's going to be going into the west alley.
You hear him chasing him, right? That's live. You're listening to that live.
3 units in the citywide of burglary in progress. 6748 South Road, 6748 South Road for the basing unit. Caller states that unknown male is trying to break into the apartment. Caller couldn't see anything. I got nothing further. They're District 7.
All right, they got him. 83rd and Holland, 2 in custody. Oh, hold on. We got one more running. I got one more running. Male black, black hoodie, and some sort of blue jogging pants, white sneakers. He's currently on Harvard, running northbound. He's going to be going into the west alley of Harvard. All right, they still have one outstanding. It's going to be from that stolen vehicle with the that was shooting last night. Again, it's going to be a male, black hoodie. He's got some sort of blue or black jogging pants on. He's in the west alley of Harvard, approximately 81 and Harvard. 81 and Harvard in the west alley. 4723.
Heading that way.
10-4. And everybody keep using caution. One weapon recovered so far with an extended mag in the car. Use caution.
That's happening right now. Use caution. We only recovered one car with one gun with an extended mag. There you go, man. The violence just happened really quick here, right?
Okay, they got him in custody. 8143 South Stewart in the East Alley. They got him in custody.
8143 South Stewart got the third one in custody.
Everybody.
I think that guy might be the drug dealer on the DVD bike there. But see, they let those guys drive around instead of stopping the car.
387 Adam. Bus number 8925, that's about 79th and Aberdeen.
All right, 10-4. That's going to give you 10838.
What do you think? Think they're doing a drug deal there? What do you guys think? Selling cigarettes? What are they doing? Right in front of the city worker, right? The city worker, she's standing there, right? Didn't you see her? Where's the cops at? Pretty wild, ain't it? You guys are watching it unfold in front of your eyeballs, man. This is not... This ain't... Hey, look, there ain't no damn press ID that's gonna protect you from any of this stuff. SubX.News is live. We're in the middle of it. Everybody just seen it, right? Right? Everybody is watching. The city workers just here, right? There's no ambulances and none. What are those guys doing over there, right? I get it. She can't do nothing about it. I understand that. I'm not... But this is a very unsafe situation. Very unsafe, extremely unsafe here. And so the first thing I thought of about when the stabbing happened Friday, it was drug related, and I think it was. Because I just seen that yellow suitcase.
15 or 16? 15.
I'll show you in the video later when I upload it.
I just got a call about a crash just south of where that debris was. 2 cars in the left lane.
So they made fun of it, and now there's a crash, right? So that's CDOT not cleaning up the that you just heard. There's a crash, right? Where was that debris at, right? He said the debris, and they made a little joke about it, remember?
Alright, car's still westbound 87 passing Holland. He's going to get into some traffic here.
389, boy.
7389, boy.
Car number 3233.
There was a call of debris on Lakeshore Drive earlier. No one went out and took care of it, and now there's a 2-car crash.
0694. Alright, just be advised, the 7th District did have eyes on that white Nissan Maxima. Again, it's a straight steel, Charlie David 40681. Occupants last night were observed shooting out of the car. However, they have since lost eyes. Somewhere in the area, 6-4 and normal was the last seen. 6-4 and normal. 7879.
Bus number 1309 going eastbound.
Here's a 25 Citywide battery in progress with clearing north of the clear. There's auto accident and...
Alright, looks like they got eyes on the Maxima again on zone.
There's a lot of drug dealing happening.
3rd and what is that? Lafayette. Alright, just took off from the 6th District. Westbound. Alright, car's still westbound 87 passing Holland.
I'm looking for the earlier call.
He may have turned off. I have not yet seen him at Wallace. Yeah, I think he did. He must have done a U-turn or something. Westbound 87 again. Alright, correction on that. It's going to be going northbound. Northbound Holland from 87. Northbound Holland from 87.
3 units entering the citywide burglary in progress. 6748 South Road, 6748 South Road for the basement unit. Caller states an unknown male is trying to break into the apartment. Caller couldn't see anything. I got nothing for it in their district on 7.
Alright, they got him. 83rd and Holland, 2 and cut. I got one more run in male black. He's going to be going into the west alley of Harvard. Alright, they still have one outstanding. It's going to be from that stolen vehicle with the that was shooting last night. Again, it's going to be a male, black hoodie. He's got some sort of blue.
43.
4723.
That's that way.
10-4. And everybody keep you. Okay, they got him in custody. 8143 South Stewart and
43.
4723.
That's that way.
10-4. And everybody keep using caution. One weapon recovered so far. Okay, they got him in custody. 8143 South Stewart in the East Alley. 733, Adam.
387 Adam. Bus number 8925, that's about 79th and Avenue.
Alright, 10-4. That's going to give you 10838. 3215.
3215 or 16?
15. I think this is going to be related to yours. I just got a call about a crash just south of where that debris was. 2 cars in the left lane.
3215 or 16?
15. I think 3215.
3215 or 16?
15. I think this is going to be related to yours. I just got a call about a crash just south of where that debris was. 2 cars in the left lane.
99, bro. 383 Lincoln.
7383 Lincoln.
6 o'clock news, right? You see the drug dealing happening, right? It ain't no joke out here, man.
Where?
I don't read it.
It's wild, right?
Notice that they can walk off the job anytime between now and Friday, presumably, because that's when the deadline is for the first World Cup match here in the U.S.
Dave Chappelle returns to Yellow Springs, Ohio this summer for his 6th annual summer camp, started during the pandemic to help out to the local community. You're listening to ABC News.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information information by dialing 800-922-1284. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal
It's dangerous right here, man.
taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
So what did this city worker do, right?
It's 6:03 on Monday, June 8th.
So
2026.
imagine, you know how many insults and threats I get every day that I should do something about this when the city was here and they didn't do nothing about it.
Cloudy skies, these warm and sticky conditions are going to follow us.
This is the proof that the city doesn't do nothing.
Much below 70. Clouds will break for some sunshine tomorrow, but still a chance for a stray storm. Plus, temperatures tick up to 89 degrees. Rain again returns by nightfall. Wednesday has a chance we hit 94. Some severe thunderstorms will move through by nightfall Wednesday, and some of them may be severe. The full details are going to be in the AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 6:15. But first, our top local story here on News Radio WBBM. Dozens of former federal prosecutors in Chicago say recent controversies around actions by the local arm of the Justice Department have tarnished the reputation of the office. WBBM political editor Jeff Buchholz says it's the latest criticism of the city's current chief federal prosecutor.
Both of Illinois' U.S. senators and other elected leaders have called for the resignation of U.S. Attorney Andrew Boutros following the collapse of federal charges against the so-called Broadview Six. This new letter signed by 111 former assistant U.S. attorneys does not do that. What it does is vent what the letter calls the signers' heartbreaking concerns since Boutros became Chicago's chief federal prosecutor a year ago, including a so-called exodus of experienced prosecutors and breaches of trust with judges. The letter also focuses on Boutros' decision to dismiss outstanding charges against the Broadview Six after acknowledging the prosecutors made inappropriate statements to grand jurors considering whether to hand up indictments in the case.
Johnson's allowing crime, so he says he fixes it.
Grand jury reforms
just watch a bunch of stuff happen right in front of a city worker.
News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
We've asked the Justice Department for a response. Department of Transportation worker Riley O'Neill sadly passed away Friday after he was hit by a semi-truck. O'Neill rode his bike into the door of a man exiting an illegally parked car and fell into traffic. Kyle Lucas with the group Better Street Chicago says O'Neill's death was 100% avoidable.
A lot of this really comes down to our elected officials and whether or not they're willing to prioritize the safety of people over the convenience of drivers. And unfortunately, the price that we have to pay for inaction of that is the lives of our neighbors.
Bike safety advocates will start gathering in Bridgeport in about an hour for a memorial bike ride to honor O'Neill's life. A teenage boy now charged in a Bronzeville shooting that wounded 4 other young boys over the weekend.
Chicago police say the 13-year-old suspect faces 4 counts of aggravated battery with a firearm along with other weapons charges in connection to the shooting near 45th and Prairie Saturday night. Investigators say he was arrested about 20 minutes after the gunfire and identified as the shooter. 4 boys between the ages of 11 and 14 were wounded in the attack. They're all expected to recover. Now, this shooting happened less than 2 hours before a separate shooting just a few blocks away near 45th and Federal that wounded 3 people, including an 18-year-old woman who's still hospitalized in critical condition. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It's 6:06. A 20-year-old man has been charged with the murder of a co-worker at an Amazon delivery station in Melrose Park. On June 4th, Quentin Williams Jr. of Maywood allegedly got into an argument with 2 people in the parking garage of the delivery station. During that fight, he allegedly pulled out a semi-automatic rifle and shot Travion Taylor multiple times in the back. Taylor was taken to a hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Williams fled the area, but his cell phone was found at the scene. He's charged with 1 count of first-degree murder and was due in court today. Police are searching for the person who attacked a teenager in Arlington Heights last night.
Police say an 18-year-old woman told them she was walking home near Lake Arlington at about 11:15 p.m. when a man or young man on a bike rode up to her near Windsor Drive and Jonquil Circle and asked her name. Then police say he pushed her down and started choking her. The victim was able to break free and flag down a driver nearby, while police say the attacker rode south towards Palatine Road. She suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The police department believes this was an isolated incident and is asking the public for any surveillance video that may have captured the attacker. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The Chicago man has been sentenced to 9 years in federal prison for operating drugstores on the dark web. Prosecutors say 42-year-old Tommy Spalding helped run online sites known as Avalanche and Ethermart. Spalding was allegedly responsible for distributing more than 7 kilos of heroin. 4 other defendants were also charged in the case.
There we go.
Weather together on the 8s. Hello, Abby Ryan.
Did you guys have enough of that nightmare? I'm sitting there, Steve's like, I'm not even realizing it. And one of my viewers, Steve, says, yeah, that's a little dangerous there, Kugler. You just seen it unravel right in front of us, the violence, right? I bet you that stabbing was drug-related. I bet. They're not saying it. All right, let's get out of here, right? Who? That was bad. You guys just seen it, right? And the city worker was here. So again, I want to say this. I get insults, threats from people. Well, you seen that one? She threatened me. It's weird how she threatened me and then I lost my media credential after that, but I don't think it's related to that one. I think my loss of my media credentials is actually directly related to the internal affairs interview I did. So if it is, then we're gonna say, well, that's retaliation, right? So here's the point I'm trying to make here. I get insulted all the time when I put these videos of these drug areas, right? And I'm documenting as the person. I'm seriously concerned about the guys that are out here, right? They shouldn't be out here. It's dangerous. I live down the streets. I know how it is. It's not easy and it's dangerous. You just seen there was a city worker who did nothing. So what am I going to do when I call? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen. If the city worker who's paid by the city can't handle it, then what am I going to do about it? And what is my phone call going to do about it? It's not going to do anything about it. And you just seen it. You've seen it unfold in front of your eyes. You've seen somebody having an erratic situation, Tom. We know him. We know that guy. We know that guy. I've talked to him. I've interviewed him. You've seen him multiple times. When he's not on the drugs, he's fine. And he's angry because he lost his legs. I know why he's angry. I know exactly why he's angry. He told me it once. I think it was off the camera. He goes, yeah, I lost my legs. Said it a couple times. And there's a drug dealer right there. That's a drug dealer right here. That's a drug dealer right there. That's one of the drug dealers right there. You see that? He's got clean clothes. You can tell the dealers and you can tell the people out here. The dealers are the ones in clean clothes. Some of them have dirty clothes on too. They hide out here. You see, there's a lot of movement out here tonight. See that there? Look at that. There's a lot of movement. Lots of movement. See that there? There's a lot of movement. There's something happening today with the drugs. I don't know what they're doing out here.
Online. SuperSure is the super agency built for you. Licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits. All
it's really
with
dangerous
support
down
for
here.
You and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like
that's just some
Find Print
radio
Facts,
calls,
which
right?
translates your current.
See what we missed here on the crime stuff, right? Maybe we'll go upstairs and watch them tow cars, right? You guys want to watch some car towing?
Blue line and the question, I'm sorry.
Yep, that is 10580. 5700 Adam.
Stolen maximum, waiting color.
See that girl? That's the girl that was out there, right? See that there? That's the white girl that was just up on, what? Lake Street. Got that?
Right, again, southbound of the Ryan from Route, Charlie David.
You start to see the pattern here, right? Right, you start to see the pattern?
I was advised also that approach with caution with this vehicle.
We heard that, right?
22nd District, there was observed a couple male blacks shooting handguns in the air from that vehicle.
We heard that, so let's go forward. Right?
One fake Marine.
Alright, 10-4-8.
Where?
Arrow Red, you can make it at 19 Frank. The victim didn't want pursue anything. 383 Lincoln.
7383 Lincoln.
Shows view disturbance.
Where?
Arrow Red, you can make it at 19 Frank.
Howard Red Line.
Didn't want pursue anything.
10-4, 10873.
735.
Howard Red Line. Something happened to somebody who won't fill out a report.
Good evening, welcome.
83 John. 383 John.
Yeah, hold on. Go ahead.
For the red line at Jackson, please.
10890. You to stand by on Citywide 1. Stand by unless you have an emergency.
Unison to Citywide, assault in progress at Popeye's Chicken, 18 East 47th Street. Female black wearing a black jacket, pink jogging suit, threatening staff over chicken because her daughter was fired.
Right, I'm back.
215.
3215?
Yeah, can you resend that job for some reason it didn't come over?
What just happened about the chicken? What was that about chicken? Are you serious? I just hear something about...
Criminal trespass in progress, 4950 North Ashland for the banned mail needs to be removed. Zone 11.
What was that about chicken?
Citywide, assault in progress at Popeye's Chicken, 18 East 47th Street. Female black wearing a black jacket, pink jogging suit.
383 John.
Yeah, hold on. Go ahead.
For the red line at Jackson, please.
Listen up.
10890. You to stand by on Citywide 1. Stand by unless you have an emergency.
Unison to Citywide, assault in progress at Popeye's Chicken, 18 East 47th Street. Female black wearing a black jacket, pink jogging suit, threatening staff over chicken because her daughter was fired.
Right, I'm back.
215.
3215?
Assault at Popeye's Chicken because they fired her daughter.
Alright. Something else hit your box. Disregard that.
For the units at 20 on the Citywide criminal trespass in progress, 4950 North Ashland for the banned mail needs to be removed. Zone 11.
7383 George.
7383 George.
Number for show back in the red line.
10917.
4723.
4723.
Hey, park check 3721 West 111, please.
10927.
383 Adam and Boy.
Go ahead.
Just an event number 95th on the red line, south platform.
10967.
Yeah, mark that one.
383 John.
Unison to Citywide, assault in progress at Popeye's Chicken, 18 East 47th Street. Female black wearing a black jacket, pink jogging suit, threatening staff over chicken because her daughter was fired.
Alright, I'm back.
215.
3215?
Yeah, can you resend that job for some reason it didn't come over?
Alright.
George.
Something else hit your box. Disregard that.
For the units at 20.
4723.
You gonna go watch them tow some cars?
Hey, park check 3721 West 111, please.
10927.
383 Adam and Boy.
Go ahead.
Just an event number 95th on the red line, south platform.
Hey, I'm gonna talk to my kids. They're gonna watch the... Isn't there a basketball game on tonight? Let me give my kids a call, right? I'll watch the basketball game with my kids. Relax.
7383 Frank coming in? Yes, Mark. Can I get a number 35th Street, red line, 6 post, please? 10972.
385 Adam. 7310 Adam.
7385 Adam.
Adam, can I get event number 4, 95th Street, please? Bye-bye.
Hey, yours is 11002.
3 Mary.
Sorry, unit coming in.
3 Mary.
3 Mary.
For Clarkson Division.
I think I'm gonna go watch the basketball game with my kids. Do some family time, right?
10 Adam.
That's what I should be doing.
10 Adam.
I'm in a drug spot.
My body worn camera died.
Think about it. I'm in a drug spot videotaping a city worker not handling the drug addicts, right?
11021.
I don't know, man. I think I'm going to start doing morning videos, Marietta. Me and you, man, Marietta, why don't we do this? This week when I get a chance, me and you going to go out for dinner, and maybe we make a whole program, not only the news, talking podcast, but maybe we do cooking together. Maybe we do, remember I said maybe we do tours. Maybe we start doing positive stuff. Is it like Steve said, that looks a little dangerous. You were just there, bro. I was right in the middle, and there's somebody at my window. I don't know if these guys got guns or what. There might be a drug dealer there. Yeah, this might be a little dangerous what I'm doing. I'm not scared. I'm just saying, yeah, it's a little dangerous. It's not that I'm, oh man, I just busted my car in that bump there.
389 boy.
I'm not scared of these guys. Oh man, that wrecked my car there, I think. Oh man, another one. You got all these stupid bumps everywhere.
11057.
That's all you got is speed bumps instead of arresting the criminals, right?
Info George.
Right, how do I get out of this?
For 55th red line, please.
We're gonna go up, right?
11064.
Oh, I can get up over there, I think. Right. It's a little damn dangerous, man. And it's getting wild because why? He's gonna try to win the election and he's gonna try to arrest these people and do stuff. And you see there ain't none of them there. They're violent. That's a lot of violence there, man. That was a little dangerous. Yeah, man. That's crazy.
George.
7385 George.
And Marietta, you guys were watching it with me. I'm like, oh, yeah, that was live. It wasn't Memorex. That was live. That was violence, right? That was drug violence in front of your eyeballs. And the city allowed it. And look, I have not too much sympathy for that lady. Maybe because maybe she was ordered to do it, but I have no sympathy for her because she didn't take care of it, right? Here's another drug tent. These are all drugs. It's all about drugs. It's not about homelessness. It's drugs. There's more. There's a new tent here. See that there? Look at that. Those are drug tents, right? Right.
733 John, were you coming in? All right, next unit.
Event number 69 red line.
11118.
385 right up.
Those two white dudes, that's their spot there. Those two white guys, that's their spot.
11123.
Those are white dudes. Those might be the drug dealers or the drug makers. Right there, those are white guys. Those two guys walking across the street, they went into the tent behind me. They didn't look homeless, did they? I'm telling you, look at how these guys look. Look at how they look. They look pretty clean and pretty healthy.
11142.
Let's see if they're towing any cars up here. What do you guys think? Oh, man. It's wild here today. All right, let's get out of the dungeon.
That's going to be a 19 boy on the platform. Couldn't find anybody.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do a quick U-E, right? There we go. Let me go. You're gonna let me go, dude. The guy sees me going and he keeps going. He just didn't stop. Alright? Let's see if they're doing some predatory. And he's running around, man. They don't stop. It's like they don't do stop, look, and listen. Nobody does it anymore. They just want to do whatever they want. And you see the result, and you seen the violence. That was crazy.
Any boy. Can I get a vet number for Ultra Blue Line train ride? Train number 7031.
And then we're up where the expensive people are. Look at that. It's all expensive here. See that there? And underneath is the drugs. It's pretty wild, isn't it?
738, boy, it's going to be 11174.
Oh, man. We're caught up on the radio calls. Predatory towing. Ready, guys? There it is. I told you. You got drug addicts doing crazy stuff. You got guys shooting guns out of cars, running around the city. You got the poor lady trying to do something with the drug addicts. She can't do anything. I don't know what she was trying to do. And now we're going to watch some predatory towing. What this does, it shows the intentions, and it shows what's important to the city. Is taking money from people.
Is over so back on the red line? 11177. 785 Henry. And we're getting an auto accident for 1000 North Lakeshore Drive. 3 vehicles involved.
There you go. The preventable one, right?
So Lakeshore Drive unit was coming in? 3214. Go ahead on box.
And look, the guy's going to go do the towing. He won't go to the crash.
Unit coming in? 1385 Frank. 85 Frank, go ahead. Trend number 63rd Red. 11188. 783 Frank. Oh, can't copy anybody. Can I get a VIN number for the green line at Thermexis?
We just got a call of a crash on Lakeshore Drive right behind us. I'll show you. And you got this guy. He's going to sit around here towing tourist cars. And I'll play you the crash on Lakeshore Drive. He's going to sit here and do predatory towing. Watch that guy. See him? Watch. See him there? He's doing predatory towing. He's trying to figure out who to tow there. See them right there? He's predatory towing. That's what he's doing there. See that there? Right there, he just got one, right?
7387 Charles.
And we're going to play the crash on Lakeshore Drive.
Alright, 738, boy, it's going to be
Listen.
11174.
33 George.
He's doing predatory towing.
Is over so back on the red line? Frank.
See that there?
11194.
So there's a crash that could use his help, but yet he's towing the car there. See that there? See that there?
11196.
87 Charlie.
73. Okay.
85 Adam.
7389. Can you get 7383 John? Were you coming in?
So there's a car. There's a 3-car accident on Lakeshore Drive. This guy's towing cars. Right?
85 Eddie?
City vet number 69 in a red line.
11118.
385 Ida.
85 Ida.
Number for the turnstiles at 35th, please.
11123.
383 John.
7383 John, were you coming in?
11118.
385 Ida.
85 Ida.
The number for the turnstiles at 35th, please.
7389.
Can you give me a platform check at Cicero and the blue line? 85 Adam.
85 Adam.
That's going to be a 19 boy on the platform.
Okay.
85 Adam. Give them that number for the red line at 95th, please.
11167. 88 boy.
So can I get a back number for blue line train line? Train number 7031. 94 Charlie.
Alright, 738 boy, it's going to be 11174.
33 George.
7383 George.
Is there for Shermack on the red line?
11177.
Henry.
And we're getting an auto accident for 1000 North Lakeshore Drive. 3 vehicles involved.
7385 Spring.
Lakeshore Drive unit was coming in?
At 3214. Go ahead on box.
Alright, 10-4. Alright, mass transit unit coming in?
So you just heard there's a 3-car accident on Lakeshore Drive. It's right here, right there. Instead of this man taking care of the accident, what is he doing? He's towing cars. That's predatory towing. He didn't give it a ticket. He didn't do nothing. It's a paid parking. He should give it a ticket. This is a parking spot. It's not a tow spot. Look at that. He predatory towed where you just supposed to give him a ticket for unpaid parking. You see that there? It's unpaid parking. That's what that was. Instead, he did predatory towing while there's an accident that should be cleared on Lakeshore Drive. And we're going to go check that one out. All right, we're going to do part 2 of this video. We just got a call of a crash on Lakeshore Drive right behind us. I'll show you. And you got this guy, he's going to sit around here towing tourist cars. And I'll play you the crash on Lakeshore Drive. He's going to sit here. So what he does, he parks here, and then he does the paperwork. So he tows it and then does the paperwork later. See that? We showed you guys this before. This is how they do it. So he tows it and then does the paperwork, right? We're going to go to the car crash on Lakeshore Drive, right?
11208.
We should have had that number at red line street.
11227. We're getting an auto accident for 1000 Lakeshore Drive.
14. You have a car available to come help me out with traffic control. I'm like right at the curb.
That other unit help out 3214 and that traffic control. Yeah, we're getting an auto accident for 1000.
Predatory towing. This guy illegally towed a parked car. He didn't give it a ticket, and it was just for expired time. Yet there's a car at the S-curve on Lakeshore Drive with 3 cars disabled, and he's instead towing cars.
That's a good address with the 1000 North Westbound Lane.
6:22 p.m. June 8th, 2026.
69 in the red line. Charlie.
7385 Charlie. 85 Charlie, go ahead.
So now we're going to go to Lakeshore Drive and I'll show you the crash. So you see, he towed that car and that was for expired time. See that there? So that'll be truck number S12463. So we'll track that, right? What that ticket was for, right? But he wasn't in a tow zone, he was in an expired meter. So now we're gonna go see Lakeshore Drive, the accident. And you're gonna hear they're gonna need help. He should He should be helping them on the traffic accident. Instead, he's towing cars. I told you, they're predators. This is a predator city, right? They prey on who? The working class.
Will be in at the Green Line, 35th Street, now domestic related battery in progress, male black.
Sorry, the signal went out. So now we're going to Lakeshore Drive. I want to show you the crash, right? So you have the guy that should be clearing the crash for what? Public safety. Instead, he's towing a car as a predator, right? He's a predator. Those are predator tow trucks. We're going to go over here to the crash site, right? And these stupid humps wreck my car, right? I need to sue the city and say these speed bumps wreck cars.
Units in 662, I get a Paddock Klein residential, 8331 South Houston Drive, the David M residence, coming from the key pad on further zone A.
So you've seen it in front of you. You've seen drug addicts throwing stuff. A city worker did what? Nothing. I don't know what she was doing there. Maybe she's good-hearted. I'm not saying she's mean. But she did nothing about it. Violence. Then you seen what? Seen a car being towed. That was what? In an expired time. That was not in a tow zone. That car was not in the tow zone. In the same time that what? You heard there's a crash that we're going to go see right now, right? So you're going to see the complete cycle of corruption. While the mayor gets on TV, says he's going to reinstate some gun and drug addict stuff on the happen. Last year that worked. Well, why would you discontinue it? That doesn't even make sense. Oh, give them Narcan so they can continue to be on drugs, right? That ain't the way to stop the drug crisis, to give them Narcan, I'll tell you that. That keeps them on the drugs. I go 35, but we missed the news, right?
Western coast. Some people in Florida even reported they felt shaking. As of now, there is no risk of a tsunami hitting the U.S., and we await more information of any potential damages or casualties in Cuba. From endless road repairs to higher fares, your commute keeps on changing. Count on us to track every delay and every increase. With traffic and weather together on the 8s, plus dedicated reporting, your Chicago commuting companion is News Radio 105.9 WBBM. Gas prices are next at 6:35.
Here, hi, I'm Jack. I'm going to say this, and you guys might think it's weird what I'm about to say. I say what I see. I say what I feel. I also have a bias. And I say it, right? I say what I think. I say what I think, what I see. I don't know the facts. All of them. I don't want the city to be a predator towing operation. I don't want the city to be that corrupt. I say it and it's on my videos because that's what I see. That's what I feel. I feel that, right? That's what I see and that's what I feel. And what did you just see unfold in front of your eyeballs today? It's a fact. It is a fact. We're going to go to a crash right now where people are hurt. What was preventable? Remember that? Here's the part of this, right? Is the drug dealer sitting there? And let's see. Yeah, the drug dealer's sitting right there. There's a drug dealer right there with a milk crate right there. There's another homeless guy. Look at that. It's all over here. Look at that. It's everywhere. You see that there? They're all on drugs out there. There's a drug dealer right there in front of the 7-Eleven. There's a dude drugged up right there. You just seen it. But you seen the whole cycle here, right? You see the cycle of where our problems are coming from. It's coming from the mayor's office. And what I keep saying, don't think you're going to win an election. You know why? The city workers, the social workers, the teachers, the psychiatrists, the NGOs, and all those people. There's billions of dollars being spent every day. That's their jobs. And we, the taxpayers, pay for those jobs. And there's 100 to 200,000 of them. 100 to 200,000 of those people, if you include their spouses, that are getting money from the city, the state, the county. It might be a little more than that. It might be 300,000. Maybe a 200 to 300,000. Connected people to the ecosystem of the city, right? Whether it's City Hall, Cook County, DCFS, the state, blah, 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 all those places, right? And then you add all the NGOs, the homeless shelters, the drug addiction counselors, the hospitals. The more shooting victims you get, the more money you make the hospital, right? Everybody knows that, right? The more shooting victims there are, the more money the hospital makes. That's a fact. They don't work for free. Hospitals don't work for free. If the city drops off a shooting victim, they figure out how to make money, whether it's Medicaid or something. They make money. That's not free. I'm not saying that they want people to get shot, but the more shootings there are, the more money hospitals make, and trauma care, and recovery therapy, and funeral homes, and all of that. Yes, that's a fact. These are facts. That's not a figment of my imagination. So I have all this in my head, and I say, I think that's predatory. I think he's doing that on purpose, and I don't think they're doing what they should do. So today you've seen the whole cycle, though. You've seen the drug addicts. You've seen them become violent. You've seen a city worker that couldn't handle it or couldn't do nothing about it. Then you hear a radio call that said then you heard this. You heard there's debris on Lakeshore Drive. There's stuff on Lakeshore Drive. And this is not the first time this happened. There was a cabinet that was on Lakeshore Drive last year, and a car crashed. There's 4 cars that crashed. A wood. It happened right here. I got the video of it. I got to find it again. Something happened. A cabinet fell off the truck, and it broke up, and 4 or 5 cars crashed in both directions. Man, what's this guy doing, dude? What you doing, my brother? We need to drive. And now the same thing, they said there's debris on Lakeshore Drive. And guess what? Then there was a multi-car accident. But today you heard it again. There's debris on the road. And I can't find the original call, but she said it. It was debris from the earlier call. Yeah, the dispatcher said it, so we don't have to find the earlier call. We'll find it when we go home. Guess what happens? 10, 15 minutes later, there's a multi-car accident on the Lakeshore Drive, and that's where we're going to go to. But the bigger part of it isn't the debris, which should have been cleaned up. It should have been a priority, right? All right, so you don't have people to dispatch. All right, you don't have these people dispatched to clean the streets. Well, you should, but they didn't. But what's the bigger thing? The guy didn't clean the debris up, and then when the crash was happening, and it happened, the guy's towing cars. That's what you've seen today on SubX.News. You've seen the ultimate corruption of our taxpayers' money. They steal our cars, they tow our cars for money, when the safety should be done. Now look, there's... Let me put this on, right? Let me do a video about this, right? Because I'm going to re-talk and I'm going to talk twice, right? That phone is out, so let's use this phone. Forget that phone. So that's what we're doing. And you guys heard it live. And you've seen it. You've seen it and you heard it. SubX.News on the spot reporting at 6:41 p.m. We're going to a multi-car accident here on the S-curve on Lakeshore Drive. It's during rush hour. And here's the part of this. There was an earlier call that there's debris on the road. No one cleaned up the debris. And then about 10 minutes later or so on the radio calls that came in that someone had an accident. It was a multi-car accident. That's where we're going to now. I'm going to try to play you the tape on it. Right? But I got another thing to say on my...
I came over to check well-being at the Green Line, 35th Street, now domestic-related battery in progress. Male black is beating up his girlfriend on the platform at the Green Line, 35th Street. Fender's wearing a baseball cap. I got one more run in male black, black hoodie, and some sort of blue jog. Unison 2 City Wide, fought in progress at Popeye's Chicken, 18
47th Street. Female black wearing a black jacket, pink jogging suit, threatening staff over chicken because her daughter was fired. Alright, I'm back. 215.
So, SubX.News, we're pulling up to an accident here at the S-curve now. It's 6:43 p.m. There was an earlier call of debris on the roadway. No one cleaned up the debris, and now it caused an accident. And in the middle of all of that, we seen a tow truck towing cars at Millennium Park. Right? And this is not the first time we got a call of debris and then an accident. It's happened multiple times. And this is always accident here. You see that, right? There you go. There you go, right? You're right in the middle of it. You're seeing it live. There you go. Why didn't they clean the debris? Why is that guy continuing to tow cars by Millennium Park when he should have been here helping this guy, right? There's multiple cars here, right? So that's what you're witnessing, okay? I'm gonna go outside, do a little tape here, right? You guys wanna go out with me? Let's see what we got here, right?
Red light 6 post. 10972.
385 Adam.
7310 Adam.
7385 Adam.
Adam, can I get a event number for 95th Street, please?
Let's go outside, right? Everybody heard that. Yeah. It's like Martin G. Johnson said, live, uncut, unedited, right? You guys heard everything I heard. You can make your own opinions about it. I don't care what you do, right? There you go. There's the car crash. Multi-car accident. That was preventable. This was preventable. There you go. .45 p.m. SubX.News on the spot reporting. We're on Lakeshore Drive by the S-curve. There was a multi-car accident here that was preventable. There was a call that came in over the dispatch that said there's debris on Lakeshore Drive. No one came out to clean it. About 10 minutes later, we heard there's a multi-car accident on Lakeshore Drive. And now you see it. So there was a call. A citizen called it in to try to fix the problem. The city did not fix the problem, and they did not prevent a multi-car accident. There you go. This is the city's fault. The city did this. And in the middle of all this, we have recording of somebody towing cars by Millennium Park. So instead of cleaning the debris, the tow truck was up there doing what? Towing cars for money. And now caused all this damage and problems on the rush hour. You see that there? There's a whole backup of cars over there. If you want to see, I'll show you guys this. It's all backed up. It's rush hour here in Chicago. That's going northbound. There you go. See that there? It's all backed up. That's what happens. The city that could have prevented this didn't prevent it. Instead, it was towing cars for money at Millennium Park. And we got those videos too. SubX.News on the spot reporting. I don't even know if I can. You can't even make these stories up. You know what I mean, Marietta? See all those people there? All their cars got wrecked. How many of them? A bunch of them. Now I'm going to do a little citizen app, so it's going to repeat myself, right? Preventable accident on Lakeshore Drive northbound at the S curve. There was a report of debris on Lakeshore Drive. No one was dispatched to take care of it, and multiple cars got in an accident in here. It's a big traffic jam now. And in the middle of all of this, we're up by Millennium Park. There was a Department of Transportation truck towing cars instead of cleaning the debris. So this was a purely preventable accident here. Happened around 6:30, I believe. June 8th, 2026. There you go. How much more can I do? Oh, and by the way, yeah, they revoke your credentials. Gotta get it? That's the way it goes. You know who else had their credentials revoked? And I should say this. William J. Kelly, the guy that does the crazy interviews with Brandon Johnson, asks those wild questions. Well, you know who revoked his credentials? Lori Lightfoot. So this is nothing new that the city operates this way. What you're seeing here, this is embedded corruption. When you get a call that there's sun on the road, you should come here immediately and do it. Now look at it, everybody's excited, right? Everybody's excited, it's traffic jams, you gotta go home, eat dinner, do whatever you're doing. Now you're middle of it. You look at it, there's a whole bunch of people there. How many people you count there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I count 6 people, 7 people there, including the 2 cops, right? So that's the kind of damage that the city, this is directly caused by the city of Chicago, directly. Right? This is a preventable accident. That's what this was. Yeah. That's what you're watching here, SubX.News. And the viewers, if you're watching it, you would have heard all the calls. You heard it. Debris, this, that, and then what do we watch? We watch drug addicts throwing things at each other, right? So there you go. SubX.News on the spot reporting here. This is an accident on Lakeshore Drive that was preventable. This is a preventable accident. And look, how many tow trucks you got here? You got that one guy going back and forth while the other guy's towing cars. Why isn't there multiple tow trucks? Why is there a car blocking? Why is the police blocking traffic? Shouldn't you have a tow truck blocking traffic? I asked this before. There was another accident over there Friday or Thursday. That's so dangerous to have a cop car there. It should be like a heavy truck or a tow truck, yellow, you know what I mean? Blocking everybody. It shouldn't be a police car, it should be a tow truck. That's very dangerous. And they're very unsafe. The city is completely unsafe. And I'm starting to think these CDOT or IDOTs or these tow truck drivers are very lazy and very criminal. Because they rather tow cars and make money from the tourists than they do public safety, like protecting the cop and towing those cars. You see all this? It's all blocked. There you go. That's enough of my whatever I'm doing there. It's a fancy neighborhood here, right? Ready to go? Ugh. Meredith's like, I seen that. It wasn't just John talking, you know? People say, oh yeah, he's crazy. He talks crazy talk. Well, you just seen it with your own eyeballs. You just seen it.
Can we give you exit number 69 for red line?
11349.
E394 Charlie.
94 Charles.
Your number at the Roosevelt Green Line, please.
11354.
US 11 citywide. Person with a gun, 508 South Costner, 508 South Costner for unknown male. Came in the store with a gun, threatened staff, left the scene. No description. Nothing further. Zone 10.
That's going to be 11390.
391 Charlie.
So 731 Charles?
391 Charlie.
91 Charles, go ahead.
An event at Flash Freedom Land, please.
Sorry, 91 Charles, where do you need it? 91 Charles?
Yes, Green Line, please.
11421.
383 Charlie.
7383 Charles.
That number for 79th and Red, please. 383 John.
11435.
83 John.
83 John.
Number for the Red Line at Jackson, please.
11440.
783 George.
7383 George.
This is still back in the Red Line.
11445.
3853. Frank.
85 Frank.
That number, 53rd Red.
11448.
3214.
3214.
8499, boys.
John King, 287172. 287172. That event is 11158. 11158.
385 George.
85 George.
Numbers for 55th Red Line, please.
11481.
4719.
4719.
Go to number for Homeland Security check, the blue line at Belmont.
11504.
Thank you.
Welcome.
7385
7385 Henry.
Henry. Number 47 Red Line.
11510.
Now for boys.
739 Pro Boy.
Can I get a green line check at Clinton?
11528.
Then give it 5.
49 David 5.
Can I get that number for joint deployment at 508 South Costner under UAS ASC, please?
10-4. 11587 Charlie. Again, that's going to be 11556. 11556.
387 Charlie.
87 Charles, go ahead.
Sophia Ross, 8896, from 77th Street in Ashland, southbound.
11566. Getting a battery in progress. Correction, a battery just occurred. 300 Western Chicago on the Brown Line. An unknown female pushed her down the train station, or outside the train station. Offender no longer on scene, nothing further.
391 Charlie.
7391 Charles.
History stop at the Class B Green, please.
11575.
Nothing incident in the citywide of battery in progress. 10 West Chicago at the Dunkin' Donuts, just east of State of Mount Black.
Brown Line CTA Chicago. Battery in progress.
Nothing further, on course there.
385 David.
85 David.
That number 79 Red Line for Molly Live Mission.
11591.
338380.
Eddie D. Edward.
That number is Garfield Red Line.
11598.
385 Ida.
85 Ida.
Your number, please, for the turnstile at 35th Street.
11606. 88 Adam.
I got a number for a train ride from Park Blue Line to Logan Square.
11617.
Madison 3 and citywide, we have a person with a gun, 6043 South Prairie, 6043 South Prairie. Anita says that she's having a service with the grandson's mother. Female black wearing a white shirt, white pants. Female pulled a gun on her. Fled in a white Infiniti SUV, last seen heading southbound on Prairie. No further info. Zone 7 clear.
14.
3214.
That's why 2 of those vehicles out of the scene were relocated for North Avenue each. Show me going to the annex for reports.
Not far.
There you go. That was this call, right? So about a half hour.
Six one Eddie. 4461 Edward. 461 Eddie. Can you log out whoever's on 9316?
We'll listen to 7 o'clock news and call it a night, right?
And logged out 4461. 3214.
That's why 2 of those vehicles out of the scene were relocated for North Avenue each.
3-car accident. Let's listen to the news. Well, I'm getting out of downtown, right? You seen it. That was wild today. This is what causes murders. Murders don't happen by accident. They happen because of things that aren't fixed. So imagine bigger things like drug dealing, gun running, and other stuff like that. Well, there's more cops right in front of us. Well, listen to 7 o'clock news.
In San Antonio, outside Madison Square Garden. Tonight, though, ABC's Aaron Katursky.
Much of the nation's largest city is locked down. Streets blocked off. A wall of steel surrounding Madison Square Garden. The NBA Finals are back in New York for the first time in almost 3 decades. And President Trump is coming. A first for a sitting president. Unprecedented airport-style security for the game. The Secret Service searching 19,000 fans.
Texas farmers remain concerned as more cases of the New World screwworm are found in the state, threatening to impact the nation's cattle industry. ABC's Melissa Adon.
Agricultural communities across the country are concerned for potential economic losses due to infected livestock.
Because this is spread by a fly, the organism that spreads this disease can rapidly go through an entire herd of cattle and make all of them sick. So that's very concerning to the people in the agriculture world.
The USDA is warning pet and livestock owners to check their animals for any draining or enlarged wounds or lesions.
In Maine Senate race primary tomorrow, Democrats are looking to unseat GOP Senator Susan Collins in November, but they're divided over their frontrunner, Graham Plattner. ABC's Jay O'Brien.
It doesn't look like what we've seen so far, that there is enough of a base of Maine voters who would leave Graham Plattner, but also we don't have great polling in the wake of these articles. So really, it's all going to come down to what the vote total looks like tomorrow night. And even if Graham Plattner wins, if there's a contingent of, again, that Plattner protest vote tomorrow, does that spell trouble for him into the general, where he's got to have all of the Democratic weight behind him?
A 6.1 magnitude earthquake has hit near Cuba. So far, there are no reported injuries or damages, according to Cuban state media, but the ripples were felt in Florida. You're listening to ABC News.
Hello?
Mr. Hoban?
Yes.
Hi,
There
this
you
is
go.
Amy from First American Bank. I got your message that you called, and I'm calling you right back.
Okay, I'll hold.
Oh, I'm not putting you on hold.
I'll just finish my tuna fish sandwich here and stay on hold until you get back to me.
No, Mr. Hoban.
Can you make it
If it's raining, you can't be at the bus stop. You see that there?
Are you
There
new
you
to
go.
First American Bank?
Yeah, I figured you gotta be better than the big bank I was.
See that? There's somebody sleeping at the bus stop.
First American Bank is built on superb customer service. So besides offering
Chicago's the
best loan
criminal,
deals,
selfish city
management
with a
service, and
criminal,
more,
selfish
we
mayor,
can take your
and it
call
shows
right away.
everywhere.
We call you back as soon
You
as
can't
possible.
use the
First
bus
American
stop
Bank
if you're
thinks of it as
using the
treating our
bus.
customers like family. You treat your family
7:02 p.m.
respect, right?
June 8, 2026, Michigan Avenue.
Mr. Holden.
First American Bank, the bank that does more for your money. Visit firstambank.com or call us at 847-952-3700. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
It's 7:03 on Monday, June 8th, 2026. Good evening. I'm Haley Hansen. Thanks so much for joining us today.
When it's raining.
74 degrees along Chicago's lakefront under cloudy skies. Temperatures not going to get lower than 70 overnight. You're still going to see some rain. Otherwise, it's just going to be humid. We're going to see some more sunshine tomorrow, which is going to help temperatures tick up. Our high 89. But storms are again in the forecast. Wednesday has a mix of sun and clouds, hot and humid again. We're expecting some places to get all the way up to 94 degrees. The full details are going to be in the AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 7:15. But first, our top local story on News Radio WBBM. Public health leaders say they're shifting some of Chicago's efforts to curb drug overdoses as part of this year's summer safety plan. WBBM political
It's over. Summer is already here.
City Hall.
Altitude-related overdose across the country is coming down, which is wonderful.
But Dr. Miao Jenny Hua from the Chicago Department of Public Health says new numbers show overdose rates on the city's south side are not coming down as quickly as elsewhere.
We are going to pivot slightly.
She says much of the focus remains on the west side, but some community areas to the south are becoming what she called new hotspots, and they'll be addressed through expansion of the city's summer injury prevention plan. The mayor's office says it targets both overdoses and gun violence through mental health interventions, mediations, safe space gatherings, and even door-to-door teams handing out Narcan.
There's a cyclicity in terms of when both types of injuries, overdoses as well as gun violence increase, and that's during the summer.
The Johnson administration says last year's version of this plan helped lead to a 34% reduction in gun violence and a 12% reduction in overdose calls to 911. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
There is no direct correlation.
Julius says a potential run for mayor is a big decision, but one he's now considering. Julius has not said when or whether he'll decide to run for the city's top job. The former bank executive and Illinois state treasurer tells WBBM the city faces a number of issues, including affordability and public safety.
I'm encouraged and I'm honored to have the support and encouragement of a lot of folks who want me to run for mayor. It's something that we're taking a look at. But again, to me, it's about helping people, and I love doing what I'm doing.
Several people have already declared their intention to run in February's citywide election, including outgoing state comptroller Susana Mendoza. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson has not said whether he'll seek re-election. It's 7:06. Nurses at St. Joseph's Medical Center in Joliet have filed a class action lawsuit against two major hospital owners, accusing them of creating dangerous conditions for both staff and patients by chronically understaffing the hospital. The suit, filed by the Illinois Nurses Association, targets former owner Ascension Healthcare and current owner Prime Healthcare. Nurses say repeated violations of the hospital's own staffing plan have caused severe emotional distress, burnout, and harm to mental and physical health. The St. Joseph spokesperson tells WBBM the hospital does not comment on pending litigation, and the majority of the allegations happened under previous ownership. State regulators vowing major changes after the investigation into a plastic surgeon with a troubling past.
The Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation, which is in charge of the state's medical licenses, is promising an internal review about why Dr. Ayub Sayegh, who runs 63 Laser and Skin Clinic on Chicago's southwest side, has not been disciplined, despite being linked to 8 patient deaths in a 7-year span. A Tribune investigation revealed each death was a woman of color who had seen Dr. Sayegh for a tummy tuck or liposuction procedure. The department says it's been investigating the surgeon since 2020, but the report finds his medical record remains clean. In a statement, officials say Sayegh's case has, quote, fallen short of our standards. They'll now seek to bar him from practicing medicine in Illinois and propose changes to state law to prevent similar incidents in the future. Andy Day, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Evanston Township High School says programming will resume Wednesday after a ransomware attack forced them to shut down summer programming.
District officials say the cyber attack disrupted internet service, computer systems, and other technology infrastructure over the weekend, and as a result, all summer classes, sports camps, and on-campus activities are canceled. Outside cybersecurity experts and attorneys have been brought in to investigate what information may have been accessed and to help restore operations. Evanston Township High School officials warn phone systems are down, staff may have limited email access, and some online resources for families are unavailable. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
7:08 traffic together on the 8th.
What we're going to do, we're going to call it a night. It's 7:08 p.m. It's June 8th, 2026. Hope you enjoyed the show. It was pretty wild, pretty crazy. After Steve told me that, I'm like, oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been right there. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Marietta. And thanks, everybody, for watching. I appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody. And, yeah, it was a show, right? And then we seen this stuff over at South Loop, too, where the guys drinking and the sheriffs were all walking around there. So you've seen what's happening. It's intentional. It's purposeful. And I believe, and I haven't figured out, I think it's illegal what the city of Chicago is doing. I don't know how to do it, but they're not protecting us with public safety. They're allowing the crimes to happen. And I think we need to, if I have to, I'll do something about it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But after today, I really want to do something. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't know. The only thing I can think of is a lawsuit, but I don't know how you would get redress. Maybe have Brandon Johnson forcefully removed by a judge, or install some kind of a receiver above him that forces him to enforce the law. I mean, when you get a radio call, there's debris on the ground, right? And they didn't clean up, and it caused an accident. That's not the first time that happened. And then the guy's towing cars on top. He should have went straight there. Instead, he was towing cars. That's something to me that's intentional, right? That's something to me that has to be corrected by the city. And you can't wait for an election for another year. How much more damage? How many more cars are going to crash? How many more Toms who are angry about it losing his legs going to throw street signs? And how many people are going to get stabbed on State Street? How many people are going to overdose? How many black kids are going to get shot? How many more black children? How many more black teenagers will get shot this week and next week? We had what? 7, 8 of them? We have video. We watched the videos. The cops let them have the trends. The cops let them have the trends. They allow the trends to happen. That's a fact. It's not a figment of our imaginations. No one gets arrested. Nothing happens. A few people might go to jail if something crazy happens. And that's it. I mean, you got 300 people and you make, what's the last one we showed you? The one where the guy ran into 5 cops, attempted murder. I think only 7 or 8 people got arrested. There you go. You got plywood here. They smash into these things at night. The drug addicts smash into the door windows. See that there? Don't you see the plywood everywhere? That's not by accident. That much plywood in our downtown, you think that's an accident? Absolutely not. It's intentional. The government is intentionally allowing crime to happen. They're intentional about it. You've seen it today. It's not even something that is up for discussion. After today, it's not even Wild John saying wild stuff. You can look through my video, listen to what was said by the dispatchers. You can watch what we've seen, and you can make your own conclusion. And if you think that a guy in his car with his video is going to create the change, or I'm going to be calling for every drug addict. There was one guy that says I'm supposed to help every drug addict. One actually person said, every drug addict I see I should help. I shouldn't tape them. Huh? What? What are you talking about? How about arresting the drug dealer? How about arresting the drug dealer that's dealing in downtown Chicago? Why haven't we done that? Well, because it's intentional. The city is allowing it, and Brandon Johnson works with those people to get reelected. There's another plywood. See the other plywood there? Look, this plywood everywhere. Okay, that's enough of me talking. It's 7:12 p.m. It's sunny. It's starting to get a little better out. Enjoy your families. Relax. It's Monday. Watch the game. Do something if you like basketball. I don't know if you want to open the window. It's a little muggy now. But take it easy. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Right? I just seen that sun. I think I'm going to go watch the game with my kids. I'm going to spend a little family time with my children, right? Well, they're men. They're not children. They're grown adults. But you know what I mean. They're always our kids, even when they're older. So that's what I'm going to do. I might go get some chips and dip and maybe some soda pop. They drink beer. I might get some beer for them, whatever it is. And then we're going to have a good time. Maybe we'll order a pizza or something like that. Take it easy. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your family. If something comes up, I'll post it. Like I said, I don't have access to the police information anymore. So I have to listen to the scanner or watch other pages. And that's what I used to do in the old days. But I'll keep you guys up to date, okay? Take it easy, everybody. Love everybody. Take it easy. Be safe. SubX.News signing off. It is now 7:13 p.m., June 8th, 2026. Have a good night.